and hold me tight. The way he kisses me, the way he holds me, the way he looks in my eyes. Well, he fills me, yes, he thrills me. My baby got me hypnotized. You got to be my love, not a two-time lover, not a one-day lover. Be gone. You got to be my love, not a two-time lover, just a love I can call my own. I'm away from home, sometimes I feel alone. I want my baby near. Just the sound of her voice seems to melt my heart on the phone as he whispers in my ear.
Check this out.
You got to be, yeah. I can call my own baby. Be a love, yeah. Got to be a love. I can call my own baby. You got to.
They can. One last fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the beautiful and talented Ashley West. Woo! Please welcome your host for the 2006 U.S. Open Water Ski Championships. Big round of applause for Amish Bright the Mouse and Richard Wood.
Alrighty, Carrie, thank you very much, and welcome everybody to the final night tonight down here at Downtown Disney. We have got the best water skiers in the world battling it out for $100,000 in cash prize money. So we're going to see some great skiing out here. Last night in the seeding round, Woody, we saw a lot of good scores in the slalom event especially, and I guess these guys are just going to push themselves that little bit extra tonight, and it's going to be a good night of water skiing.
Mate, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. 100 grand on the line. These guys are going to fight it out right till the death. Last night was exciting, and of course, Jimmy Seamers is one that I remember had a great night, tricked over 11,000 points, and then in the jump event didn't do so well, but it's going to be exciting. We've got the top skiers in the world, and they're going to fight it out right to the death.
Yes, of course, in the men's event, we have 3 events out here tonight, the slalom, trick, and jump event. And the men's, the top 6 have made it through to the finals tonight, and the women's, the top 4. We're going to be starting off with the women's jump event. So we should be underway in a couple of minutes as we see the first skier off the dock, Danielle Bennett, just getting her gear on, strapping on the helmet, getting a bit of soap in those bindings, and we will see her head out there behind that beautiful Mastercraft, of course, as you see it come in. The big black
and he will talk to that person for 1 hour and 20 minutes on the phone. He has We have no monitor. Okay, here we go. We're live from Disney World, Orlando, Florida. I'm sitting here, Mike Ferraro, sitting here with Scott, the Rocket Man Ellis,
Yes,
and,
how are you?
and Tara Benzel.
Hey, Mike, how's it going tonight?
Great, man. This place is awesome. The crowd, this is the biggest water ski crowd I've seen
Yeah,
in
it is a really
years.
Yeah, it's a really big crowd, and it's an early big crowd too. So that's what's pretty amazing.
We got some tricky conditions out there. You're probably glad you're sitting right here right now.
Yeah, of course I'd like to be jumping, but looking at these conditions and this tailwind is it's not just a strong tailwind; it's a really gusty tailwind, and it's the worst one to be in. So yeah, I'm kind of glad to be sitting in this chair.
Right. And you know, looking around at the shoreline, I mean, it's basically a rock shoreline. So these guys are going to really have to pay attention, not only with the wind, but the rollers, and it's
you can
dark.
you can see how bumpy it is just from the camera in the boat. He can barely sit still. So the skiers you can kind of see what the skiers are experiencing, and it's a little hairy.
Yeah. Well, so we have Ronnie out here now.
This is Ronnie's first jump, approaching to the ramp. Oh, a little bit of a body crush. You can see that her skis coming in, bouncing really bad, which kind of set her on her heels. And it's easy to do in a tailwind, but it's the biggest thing that you should not do in a tailwind.
What's the strategy? I mean, what do you do? And I mean, you have a few pokes at it for the big money. You know, I mean, do you bring it down on your first one? Do you take it? Look like she didn't. She took it kind of easy, and it made her sit back because she was too early.
It is. If it's a tendency to go easy in the tailwind because you want to feel everything out, but it's the worst thing to do because you end up losing your line, and losing your line is the worst thing in the tailwind. You don't have any control over what's going on. So you got to make sure you cut late and keep that line nice and tight, and you'll stay still.
You know, one of the things that you look at a lot, and especially from the coaching side, is you want the guys have to practice in this stuff, and the problem is most of them won't do it. So you got to deal with you didn't practice in it, and guess what's going to happen? I mean, especially Ronnie's lake. Ronnie's got picture perfect lake, glass calm.
Yeah, it is, and it's hard to get out there and make yourself train in it. But I don't jump in it that much, but I do ride my skis in my tailwinds, and you gotta get used to that rough, choppy water.
Tara, tell us about those tailwind practice sets. Did you boot them?
Yeah, actually, that's what ends up happening. You get to where you're so comfortable in the tailwind because you practice in it. And I think Danielle, who went out right before Ronnie, she's been practicing in it. Her first jump, she went out and took a poke at it and went way farther than she even went yesterday. And I think it was a smart and very aggressive move on her part because your first jump will have the calmest water. And Ronnie out here, she's sitting back a little. And I guess she's actually lucky that she's back some because, like Scott was saying, if you let up in a tailwind, you're just going to land right on your face. You get pushed right out the front.
That's exactly right. You got to keep that line, tight. And some of these girls are just going just a little too easy at it. You don't want to go extremely hard at it and be out of control, but you do have to go at it a little bit harder than what they're doing. But they're doing good anyways. I mean.
Oh, yeah. It takes some nerves to get out with the tailwind this strong. And, there's a possibility that Ronnie's taking a little easy having just come off an injury. But, she's such a seasoned competitor that I would expect that on her last jump she'll really, take a cut at it.
Absolutely. I think her cuts are good right now. She's hitting the ramp in a good spot. Her skis are bouncing a little bit, and she just needs to get up a little bit, stand a little taller on her skis in the bottom, and if she gets her legs, she'll take over the lead.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I was watching her the other day in some of the prelim rounds, and she looked great coming into the ramp, but she kept pulling in on the handle on the ramp, and she was getting sat back like she did here. She was going further on those days, but I think it's really that habit or that little tick that you want to get rid of is taking over right now.
Yeah, that's right. You'll notice the jumpers who jump the furthest out here, men or women, are the ones who hold still, who don't move around, where the handle's not moving around. So that's the name of the game right now. Everyone's going to have the same, bad tailwind, a little bit of rolly conditions. So you just gotta stay strong.
So Mike, tell us about the guys that you coach that jump in tailwinds. Do they stack more often, or have they learned to control it usually and take advantage of it in tournaments?
I think one of the big things at an early age, I know working with Jarrett and Craig Llewellyn, Ryan Dodd, I taught him to crush jump. I taught him how to really absorb the ramp instead of push it, because so many coaches are out there teaching kids kick, 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 pop, pop, pop. We did a little bit opposite. We did some stuff like double bouncing them on a trampoline to get them to used to absorbing the double bounce. Then also a lot of crush jumps, high speed ride overs, bam, bam. Scott, I'm sure you've absorbed it a bunch of times.
You do need to learn that, because there are times that you do not want to kick the ramp. You come in a little bit of bad body position, and you're so used to having that explosive kick, you'll kick yourself right out the front or into a crash. So yeah, you need to absorb it and then react against it at the right time.
Yeah, that's, I think, some of the things, all these guys are the top pros in the world, they've all dealt with it. I think some of the issues you were watching with Ronnie there was, it's bumpy, she's just come back from an injury, and like you say, it's tough conditions out there. It's not that easy.
Yeah, Scott, you mentioned that her skis were chattering and she looked kind of bouncing around, and that's what happens. If she hasn't been practicing crushing and getting to absorb at least a little bit, even before the ramp, when you're hitting those rollers, if you're stiff-legged, every single time your ski's going to react and push back.
That's right. You gotta let your legs be like shock absorbers, and you want to be completely relaxed where they're flailing around, but you got to be stiff enough to where you can push through those rollers in that rough water, and when that happens, your nerves are a lot calmer, and you'll get your legs out here.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Mike brought up the crushing. I totally forgot about that. But for tailwinds, I mean, that's just key, because you want to be aggressive enough so that you're late and you can go far and you've got the speed. But in case it's just a little bit too late, if you know how to crush, you'll stay over your skis.
Okay. We have no scores. We don't know distances or anything. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Freddie. No scores. No.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I asked Sully scores. I don't know how to get them.
Yeah. If we could get a score, we could talk about distance. Is he on the radio? Where is he? That's good. Oh, Judge's radio is perfect. Tom, are we on? We're not on. Tom, just let me know when we're audio's on. We need a judge's rating. We don't have any scores or anything. Yep. You can try.
So anybody hearing?
Ronnie's first.
130, 39.5.
And what was the other one?
And Danielle's?
Was further. And Danielle's was 39.8.
Okay, we got Joy Todd on the water now. She just had her first jump. Scotty, she took a little look at it on that one. That was probably one of the more aggressive first jumps.
Yeah, Joy's always like that. She's a compact little skier, and her center of gravity is a lot lower than other jumpers, especially like Ronnie. And she's attacking it. She's carrying plenty enough speed. She just needs to get her legs.
So where are we at for distances? Let's let the audience know there.
Well, Danielle Bennett is our leader right now. She has a jump of 130. Ronnie Barton also has a 130, but hers was a little bit shorter in meters. And Joy Todd right now behind them with a 129 and a 123. So Danielle Bennett, one of our younger skiers here, actually is holding on to the lead, and she's only got a couple more jumps to go to see if she takes away a U.S. Open title.
Sitting on the dock, Regina. I don't think Regina's going to be backing off being the top seed.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. I think you're going to see Regina take it, if not on her first jump, definitely her second jump. But I'm still got my money on Joy Todd right now to take the lead. She only needs one more foot. She's got plenty of speed. She looks good coming in the bottom of the ramp. If she can get any of her legs like she normally does, I think she can push it out to maybe 135. You can see this view from the boat. She's going to turn, make her cut to the ramp, and watch her skis. Hopefully they won't bounce too much. There. That's the kick that we were looking for.
Now we're talking. So we've got a good little jump out there. It looks like the wind's down a bit too. Like you said, it was gusting earlier.
Yeah, it's just blowing up and down. Some people are getting a little worse than others, but for her last jump, that wind did die down just a little bit.
39.8 for Danielle. 39.5.
So we got a 39.8 for Danielle, and then we got a 39.5 for Ronnie. I think that Regina's going to be getting some pretty good conditions out here right now. It looks like the wind's down. If she could hurry up and get out there, I think things are going to be looking pretty good. Where are they going? Can you see the 6 down there?
I can't see the 6 down there. Not from here. It's getting a little bit too dark. In this tailwind, I would say they're probably cutting about 620.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah. I think we might see a little difference here. I've watched Regina sometimes. I've seen her jump in bad water before, and she really doesn't. I mean, her style is an attack. So.
Absolutely, she's even though she's young, she's a seasoned vet, and I really think she's going to take that lead. That wind's died down quite a bit now.
What do you feel with the tailwind as you're coming off? Even if you have speed and if you're resisting a bit, are you feeling uplift or are you feeling out?
Don't feel much up. You go out, but your skis feel really heavy. Like they don't feel. You don't have that pressure underneath them that you do in a headwind or even like a cross headwind. So they just feel really heavy and they don't come up to you as fast. So that makes you a little bit nervous. So that's why people panic in tailwinds and they don't feel so good.
Will you rock the same on something like that, or you just ride it out?
I don't. I just ride it out. I'll wait and feel my skis. Like you will eventually get some pressure on them, but you don't want to press too soon, and then you'll get a downward force on those tips, and then it's good night.
What about landings with that big tailwind?
Landings are bad too, especially on your lower back. It's just you gotta make sure your shoulders over the balls of your feet and land in the same manner, but they are a little bit more violent.
Yeah, it looked. I couldn't tell exactly where it was, but she looks like she's brought it down a little bit more. Just looked like she got there a little too early.
Yeah, she's a little bit too early. She's really narrow and a little bit too early. I don't think that did it, but Joy Todd did take that lead on her last jump of 136 feet, so she's guaranteed herself at least second place, and we'll just wait to see what Regina's scores are now.
All right, we've got an email question and wanting to know what speed and ramp height the women are at. They're going 34 miles an hour. It's actually 33.6 and a ramp height of 5.5 feet. So they're really, at an advantage as far as compared to what the men go at 6 feet, because it's not as hard of, a ramp that they're hitting. It's not as abrupt when they hit it. But these girls are really taking a poke at it. I'm impressed. And especially young Joy Todd in the lead.
Absolutely. Like I said, she was cutting good, and she's been the only girl to really get her full extension off the top of the ramp, and that's why she's in the lead.
Yeah.
But it's not easy out there. I think we had a question earlier, too. They are asking if this site's comparable to the Yarra River in Australia. And it's not really. in the river, there's a current. It doesn't really get quite this windy or this rolly. It's a little bit of similarities, but...
Yeah, I think the shape is so different. At the Yarra, it's really narrow, and the rollers kind of bounce back and forth. But here it's almost circular and.
Yeah, there's walls everywhere. I mean, even though shorelines rock like at Moomba, there's a lot less backwash in Australia. Here goes Regina. I don't know. She's still lacking. I don't think that was 136 feet.
No, I mean she had the speed on that one, but not the lift, and you could tell she knew it was definitely not far enough.
I watched her camera that time.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I have Joy Todd just come off the water here. How are you feeling?
I'm thrilled. Still have adrenaline going through my body. It's not over yet, so still watching.
No, we're live and watching it right now. So Joy, that puts you in second.
I think you're giving it a distance right now.
We're waiting for a distance right now. It's pretty exciting.
She's still in the lead.
136.
You're still in the lead in meters.
It's kind of hard to do an interview when the tournament's still going.
I'm trying to watch.
You've got to be so excited. Was that one of your best performances?
It's not my best, but not really everybody's doing their best because of the conditions. But we're handling them and we're doing the best we can, and we're just hoping to put a good show on for these spectators because we're so happy to have them here. We love having people come watch it.
I know this is a pretty awesome arena here. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joy. Fingers crossed. Yep.
Well, there's official. Joy's still in the lead right now, just by I think by a tenth or 2/10 of a meter. So it's going to be down to Regina's last jump here. This is her last chance to capture that U.S. Open title.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds.
Okay.
She definitely brought it down that time. She shot up on the boat a lot different now.
Yeah,
she's got a lot more speed right there.
Yeah, she's starting from a water point. She's carrying a lot more speed.
It's kind of hard to do an interview.
She got her lift. I think that was enough to take the lead.
Yeah. She let him run down. The other two she was panicking on and shutting it down. It looked like she just got pulled up each time.
Yeah, that was a lot more controlled. Her skis didn't bounce as much. She stayed a little higher on her skis, and because of that, she was able to get a lift. And now we're just waiting on the score.
Show me the money.
That's right.
I think that's what she was saying when she threw the fist.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not pretty out there right now.
It's not pretty out there.
The lighting, it's low lighting, it's rolly, it's windy.
Yeah.
And they're putting some decent jumps out.
Yeah, they're putting. Oh wow, 144 feet. So she just didn't take the lead. She had a huge leap on that final jump.
Nice.
And then actually that was the biggest jump of the weekend for the women.
Really,
and the biggest jump.
And under tough conditions. Let's talk a little bit about the Mastercraft boat that they're using. What's going on? That's Freddie's boat.
That's Freddie's boat. They made him the Nightmare boat. So it's good. It's super strong. It's perfect passes all dialed in that thing, and he's been really working on it and making the timing right for the jumpers. Like we need gas at certain times and the back off at certain times.
So have you had a chance to jump behind that?
Yeah, I jumped behind it. I didn't jump that well in the trials. I missed out by a foot for skiing tonight. But the boat feels great. It feels really good.
What sort of stuff is a jumper looking for? I mean, where do they want more of that snap?
They want it, like you'll see, once we make our turn and you see us start to accelerate and we head towards the wake, we're putting the load on the boat. We're actually pulling the boat down. So just like a car when it's going uphill, the engine or the computer tells the engine, hey, you're losing speed, we need some more gas.
So, I mean, some of the things that you'll notice when you're not getting gas, I mean, you sit back. I mean, you really do need a lot of gas if you want to stay up over your skis, especially with the big cuts. So if that perfect pass isn't dialed right, or if the engines aren't strong enough, then you guys are not able to stay over your skis, and you run into some big troubles.
Right, you end up going right out the back, which is what you don't want coming into the base of a ramp.
And, it's funny because there's certain levels in jumping. If you get gas at a certain level, it's a scary thing to you. But if you don't get gas at the other levels, it's a scary thing to you. So I think what we're getting out here is we're getting the best of both worlds with that.
That's exactly why they're using such a strong and powerful boat for these top athletes. I mean, using that for little kids would make no sense, but for these athletes are strong. They train in the gym all the time. They need something like that to get them out there as far as they're going.
It's interesting to see, I remember back in the day just driving with, 200 horsepower boats, and you would just drop it and, let the guys work with it, and they would go, hey man, I'm getting a lot of gas. They thought you would, giving it to them at 200 horsepower boat. Now we've got 6 liters, totally dialed, getting max horsepower, wicked torque coming into the bottom. It's fun to see the sport really grow and some of the jumps really start to go.
And they've had to upgrade the rest of the equipment to go along with that, the kind of jumpers that they're using. And I mean, you see a lot of guys out here on the D3s, on the Conleys, on the Goodmans. All those skis have been upgraded like you wouldn't believe. They're bigger, they're stronger, and they're more aerodynamic.
Scott, you have a lot of work with jump skis. I mean, you have your own style jump skis. What's the biggest difference? I mean, let's talk about composites and stuff like that as things started changing.
It's
when you come down
it's
there,
basically just like the skis that I helped design with Conley. We
got Wade Cox here. Wade, you're about to go out into the arena. You got to be feeling pretty excited right now. The crowd's getting bigger and bigger. You excited to go out there?
Yeah, this is really cool, man. The lights, the music, and there's loads of people, so this is really cool. We're just talking with Sully on Cloud, our Mastercraft manager, and we talked about this and we conceptualized it last year, and then to see it all come about, this is really cool.
I know, it's pretty unbelievable, the floodlit arena here. Also, Wade's going to be riding HO skis. That's going to be one of your buy now buttons online. You can hit that button, go straight to the shop, and order what Wayne's riding.
Get him Monza.
All right, we're back with Women's Tricks. Mandy Nightingale on the water right now. And I just want to remind you guys about that voting poll for the Disney Cruise Line. You can vote for your favorite skier and get them a free Disney cruise. Right now, Kyle Lead is winning the polls by a huge margin. And, all right, ladies, I know that's why you're voting for him. He's a good-looking guy. But if the rest of you would like to vote for another favorite skier, we need to see it. Go online and hit the the vote now button.
Well, we have my best friend Brent Larson has just showed up. Brent, hello, how are you, buddy?
Well, it's good to be here.
Women's Tricks. This is you've seen more women's tricks than anybody on the planet. Father of Britt and Torn Larson. How long did they have the record for?
At least maybe 10 years, if not longer.
Right. And you've been there from the start. One of the more innovative coaches. You brought your daughters to the highest, to the level that was just broken this year. What's it like to see that record broken? Were you disappointed? Were you happy?
Well, as Tawn made the comment when the record was broken, she was glad to see that it was done because she knew that the person that took it away had to put the time and the effort in. She was a little bit sad, but she knew that it wasn't something that you could just go out and take.
Yeah, actually, it was funny because I watched them grow and I watched them break all the records and all that stuff, and I knew that it was going to be a happy time for everybody. But it's also nice, they had it for so long. I mean, to hold a record for that many years is pretty damn impressive. So we got Mandy Nightingale out here. Just did her toe pass. Any thoughts?
I was really impressed with it. Last night it was a lot rougher, and she seemed pretty controlled, and she knew what she was doing. She threw her hand up at the end of the first pass, knowing that she had executed well. So she had a nice smile on her face. This should be a nice pass for her for a second pass.
Wonder what she's going to do there with the Wake Line 5. She's one of the more impressive girls with her flips. I can't wait till she gets there. Have you seen? Have you watched her flip?
Look at how controlled that is.
Yeah.
Her execution on her fives, and here comes the flips.
I'm really surprised that she started with Wake Line 5. This is her conservative run then, because she changes her runs about depending on what she wants to do, and Wake Line 5 is the start of the conservative run.
She said yesterday that she was pretty shook up, not shook up, but that she was nervous because of the water conditions, so she was going to use an easier one.
Yeah, she's for throwing the fist like that. She obviously has to be pretty happy. If you notice in the middle of a run, it got real bumpy. So maybe that's why she went with that conservative run. Let me put a score on the board. I got a bad seed. Let me put a score on the board and let the other girls go out and knock it down.
Correct.
We've got Regina Jacobs. You just came off the water and you totally smoked it out there. You've got to be so happy with this.
Thank you. It's so great. I've been second in jump at the U.S. Open before, and after my second jump, I knew I was in second place, and I wanted it so bad just to have the title. So it's awesome feeling.
Fantastic. And you've got to go out there and slalom now, so you got to calm down and then go back out there.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's also part of the 3-event kind of thing. I am a 3-eventer. Unfortunately, I'm not in the trick finals, but it is hard to calm down, especially after such a title like this.
U.S. Open, that's one of the biggest titles out there. The arena's looking fantastic. We've got, people coming more and more as the night's going along. You're going to kick it out there in slalom too?
Oh, I hope so. I mean, it's such an awesome crowd. You can't help but get into it. Disney's been awesome. It's such an awesome place to have it, and the crowd's been awesome, and just hoping
All right,
more
this is
people will come out.
Mariaka.
Thanks, Regina.
Nares on the water. She's a really little skier from Colombia, and she's amazing. She's one of my favorite trickers. She does flips like the best guys out there. Have you watched her much, Brent?
Yes, I have, and she's having a little bit of difficulty in keeping her execution, but her smoothness is starting to improve. She's skiing controlled.
Yeah, toes hasn't been her strong suit for a while now. She gets it done, and it's fine, but it's not an amazing part of her skiing.
Look at her throw her hand up at the end of the run.
Oh yeah, she's happy to get through.
Very satisfied to get through with that part of the run.
Yeah, like I was saying, the toes has never been the thing that she liked the most, but her hand tricks are it's the flips. She doesn't care if she does anything else out there. This girl loves flips. You'll see her do mob and reverse. She can do front flips. She can do all of them, and she's just smooth. And she goes up. She doesn't have the low flips where you wonder if her head's gonna hit the water, and I think she's probably 21, 22 years old, but she looks really young, and I'm really happy to see her get some success. She's actually made a few finals this year.
We have a few famous people watching this webcast here, guys. Christy Overton said she's really glad she's not out there. She says it's a little too bumpy for her liking. I've got a legend in the wakeboarding world, Mark Noel, who's watching. Hey, Mark, what's up? Have a beer for the boys. And here she comes back in for her second pass. It was really nice to watch that toe pass. She was having a little trouble with her rope leg, but she stayed up. I think it's bumpy. I think it's hard to be aggressive.
Nice back-to-back.
Yeah, the start of that run was so clean. She gets good air.
And here comes the flips. Nice one. Nice rhythm.
Oh yeah. Reverse back landing. Nice. Well done.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's really great. I was saying she's one of the smaller skiers, and I think she gets intimidated by some of the girls that have gotten more coverage, and she just hasn't been on the scene for as long. But look at her coming through under pressure like that. I mean, I'm just excited for her.
Well, after last night's performance and the conditions, I think all of the girls needed to take a moment to realize that where they are.
Right, she and Mandy Nightingale both did not have very strong scores. They fell early, and they let some of the younger girls really take the top seeds, and they're coming back and being like, "Oh no, we're gonna win this." I think we've got Whitney McClintock up next, and she's another one of the skiers who just has shown. I mean, she comes through under pressure like no one else I know. And I saw her do Mo back-to-back the other day, and like I was saying about Mariaka, she gets great height on all of her flips and her spins. Have you watched her?
Yes, but really paying attention to what's happening with Whitney. Whitney had also commented to me earlier that it was difficult for her last night. She couldn't put her tough run together. So she was hoping that she would be able to have a strong run.
Oh yeah, she's a very strong skier. You've trained her some, haven't you, Mike?
Actually, Matt Reaney is her coach. And Matt talks to me quite a bit about her training and how dedicated she is to it. And I mean, Matt says it's all a huge future in front of this girl. She's not afraid of hard work. She's not afraid of hard falls. I mean, just watching her toe turns there, she's on it. I think those are the best toe turns so far. What do you think, Brent?
Yes, I do. And she took out the reverse toe wake back to back.
Nice toe line back to back, huh? Yeah, really nice.
She's
What
gotta be
I
happy
really
with
liked
that.
is she kept her rope leg moving, and a lot of the other girls, when they got into bumpy water, the conditions haven't changed. Looked like they were stalling. They were breaking up their surface stuff. She had the most aggressive rope leg, which kept all of her turns real consistent. And you notice that on her toe line, back to back. Her foot was clear and she was jumping against it. You can really tell when they're high in the air. When they're high in the air, that means they're pulling late. And those are if you want to get real credit, that's really the only way to go.
And she broke the run up into segments. She got through the first part of it and then paused momentarily before she did her surface toe tricks.
Yeah, her flips are really real impressive. I mean, your daughters were getting out of it really right when flips started happening. I remember you loading bricks into the boat to get them to do their flips. Who was it? Brett that kept dropping the handle?
No, it was Tawn.
Holy smokes, we were going to tie that thing to her hands. So what do you think now that you see this, the new trick skiing, the flips? And
I like seeing the tricks or the flips, and I think that it is impressive to see the women putting it into their runs.
It's really, it's when you watch it, like Whitney is one of the girls that, and Mandy too. I mean, Mandy didn't do all of them today, but these girls are on it. That little girl did that reverse back landing as good as you can do it. Once you have a reverse back landing and then you're back to front and you half cap, you got a mob. And then all of a sudden you got your 6 flips. Once you have your 6 flips, bang, you're into the money tricks. See, she got into the bumps right there. She bailed.
Sure did. Nice surface.
I think she's waiting for the flips. There we go.
Oh, wow. I mean, she really bobbled on the start. Only won 540 in there, but look at her flips. Look at her go. She's trying to catch Mandy. Mandy got a 76.20. Oh, see that move?
She's got to be happy with that run.
Yeah, that'll help make up for the bobbles earlier.
And her mom's happy in the boat. That's that mob we were talking about. So what she did was most people learn that back to front, the half cab first. It's one of the easier ones. The reverse back landing is the tricky one. She was doing a really nice reverse back landing last year, and Matt said she was making mobs in practice, but that was a pretty good mob.
I like the way that she took the time to set up. She seemed to be thinking her way through the run rather than rushing, trying to feel what was happening.
Right. I see Nicola over there itchy, getting ready to talk to somebody. But I'll tell you what, the women's tricks now is starting to get fun. Mandy pushed them. Now they're all doing their flips. It's just a matter of time, I think, before we get that. I don't think a girl has done 6 flips.
No, I haven't seen a girl do 6 flips. I've seen a few do 5, and I just got a score for Mariaka at 73. And if she had put her other flips in, like maybe taking out a wake back or a wake back to back, one of the little ones that maybe isn't worth as much, I think she'd have caught up.
That's a good score, 73.
It's really impressive.
What do you think? Whitney was at?
I don't know. She did an amazing toe pass, no bobbles, real smooth, some high point tricks, and the end of her hand pass looked great with that mob and her flips. But the start was really weak. She didn't get the little points in there that are gonna support it. So she's gonna have a hard time catching Mandy, I think.
So basically, that's right. You brought up a good point there. She only did 1.5. Mm-hmm. She did 1.5, a bunch of wake back-to-backs, a bunch of surface back-to-backs, and then got into it. But it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be good.
Now, this run for Danielle is not one of her strongest. She stood it up, but she was sliding some tricks around, and she really didn't look as strong or as confident as, say, maybe Whitney on her opener.
Looks like Nicola has our little trick skier with the reverse back landing. Little trick skiers are usually the better trick skiers, huh, Brett?
Hi, we have Maria Linares. Maria Linares here from Colombia. You look totally happy out there. You threw the fist on the second pass. Is this your first U.S. Open?
Yeah, this is the first time I compete in the U.S. Open. I'm really happy.
You got to be happy with that performance under the pressure, and of course you had to qualify to get here also. You have friends in Colombia. You think they'll be watching right now?
I hope so. I hope they're watching me. Yeah, I threw a fist. I was really happy. I stood up. Just whatever happens, I'll be happy with it.
Okay, something in Spanish for our friends out there watching?
Que ojalá me vean y que bueno que estén viendo el webcast.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to thank our sponsors here.
So Brett, what do we got going on here now?
Well, the second pass, and Danielle really tried to up it. She really put a lot of effort into that first pass. She didn't waste any time between. She knows what she has to do in order to take this event.
Yeah, you could tell she was trying hard and she stood it up, which is so important in the, high pressure situations like this. But, I was watching and she didn't have any ski lines. She only had the 2 flips, and so she's relying on doing lots of little tricks to build the points up, which will work to a point. And I think that right now Mandy Williams' score of 76.20 is beyond that point.
Here we go again with another girl with a strong rope leg. She's really working it. That's something that you had your daughters really work on. Your daughters were the fastest on the planet on the surface turns. They worked really hard at. Ooh, she's going a little too fast there. I've been down there before. Yeah, so she goes out on a toe go, and she's cranking on her surface stuff. So she had a really good pace going, but sometimes that pace will knock you down.
And here it is in slow motion. You'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
she's starting to lose her axis.
I was really impressed with the start of that toe pass. She was just booking it, and I was like, you know what? She may make up enough ground to come back, and then it was too fast. I think that what happens is when they start trying to go too fast, that the ski gets slippery.
Watch this next wrap in.
That's what happens when you try to go fast. I think if she were trying to be controlled, then she would have been moving faster and she would have stayed right over her ski, but it caught up with her. But you got to do what you got to do. She knew that she needed every single trick in that pass if she was going to catch the other women. So I guess we'll wait for Whitney's score, but right now Mandy's still holding on to the lead.
Here's where she started that good pace. A lot of times what happens is everything starts to feel real good. Sometimes you get caught up in the moment. Everything's going good, and you forget where you're at. Well, I got a toe wrap in, big deal. Toe wake go. I'm going to land on a nice edge and come firing back in. Bang.
And she's starting to lose her axis here as she starts.
Yeah. She went real early on it. She got a lot of line load, so it kind of pulled her out.
But if you saw how she landed, she was ready to come right back in. Her ski was further out than she was.
Yeah, now we're getting into it.
Sergio Font.
Sergio, he's been at this for a long time. How old is Sergio?
I have no idea how old he is. Hi, John. How are you?
Good.
Okay.
So Sergio's got some speed going here. Here's his toe line. Oh, nice. Toe line back. Toe with the quick toe front. Toe line fire back. Old school.
He is
just like Corey.
Yeah.
And a toe line back to back at the end. Sergio, like a lot of times when you're skiing with a certain coach, a lot of times you'll pick up that feel. You'll pick up that style.
Does he train with Corey?
In the early days.
Yeah.
In the early days, and I'll tell you what, if you're watching right here on your replay, Corey's arms are the same way Sergio's are.
Okay,
toe 7. So you'll see a lot of the same. His leg off to the side to get out of the 7 into the 5 fast.
He's got that to it. He just kind of spins in and out of everything, jumping up in the air in the middle.
I really like watching. I like that style. I like Corey's style. I mean, they're pushing the limit. They're trying to get max out of it, but he got hung up there trying to go a little too fast. Lost his rope.
Caught up with him.
And then he got hung up again, getting ready a little bit there. So he I don't know. It might be the bumpy water. I mean, that bumpy water might be getting him too.
I think so. We were talking about it with the girls.
So we got John Dorton, the chief guy at Mastercraft. You got your boats out here. We got a great show going on. You got to be real excited. Look at this crowd.
Isn't this awesome? We wanted to get water skiing to the people. And we took it last year to New York and to Disney World, and with this year we had a choice. Disney's a great place to be. Downtown Disney on a Saturday night, come on. Chris Sullivan and Aaron Clow and our guys really worked hard to get this with the USAWS, and you guys have been working hard out here bringing the message to the people. I was talking to our IT department before I left yesterday. We had 48 countries listening in, logged in as of yesterday, and I'm sure a whole lot more coming out there. So we're global now, man.
Talk to us a little bit about what's going on as far as the 3-event world. Everyone's so hung up on this wakeboarding thing. I know from being in the industry, I know the ski sales have never been better. What are your thoughts? Like, I'm sure a lot of the people are wondering what's Mastercraft's direction for the event.
Yeah, you're right. We love 3-event. That's from my heart and soul as well. I'm a skier, and we have we'll have a separate product development team for our Pro Stars. The whole Pro Star family is doing really well for us. It's still about a third of our business. We lead the market share in our Pro Star direct drives. You know, it's a great piece of business. Wakeboarding's come along. We're all about that. It's more people on the water with a rope and a boat. But we have not lost one step towards dedication towards what we're going to do to grow water skiing. It's pretty evident last year. We spent, you know, almost $1 million on promoting the sport just of water skiing. We're working on new boats, new equipment, new features, sponsoring athletes. You know, we're really doing our part to keep the sport growing and alive, because I think you're right. I think at the high end, the sport's really growing. Down at the recreational end, you know, maybe not so much, but I think the growth opportunity is with competitions like this. Kids are going to see this on TV and on the web and say, "I'd like to try that." And then they go to events like INT and NSL, and they get a real taste of it. And it's a great thing to do with your family. You know that, and you know that from training.
I'll tell you what, it's just when Sully told me about this and told me about Mastercross involvement, and this has been a big you know, task to get this thing going on in Disney, and all the stuff that's been going on in the background. I mean, I couldn't be happier to be part of this, and I'm really happy that Mastercraft is part of this.
Well, thanks, Mike. Yeah, there was a lot of work, but the Disney people have been great to work with.
Great. We got Ryan Green on the water from Australia, the shooter. I've worked with Ryan a lot. Actually, Ryan, when he was a little kid, is a guy named Jeff Carrington, a jumper, called me up one day and he said, "Hey, I got this little guy. He's like 9 years old. He wants to come out and take a trick set with you." They were down in Palm Beach when I had my place down there, and Ryan came out. And you talk about kids that learn fast. This kid was unbelievable. I think he learned like 6 flips in a month or something like that. He's a 3-event skier too, so he's got to work hard at all 3. But right there, it just shows you how steady he is on that toe pass.
Yeah, that was a beautiful toe pass, and you saw TOEIC line 5 back in there, TOEIC line 0, some really high point tricks. It kind of, you know, it actually slowed him down a little, but it's worth it because they're worth so many points.
So this hand pass he's got coming up is pretty cool. Actually, I haven't seen him. He just came back from Australia, so I haven't seen him ski very much over the summer. But he's one of the best flippers on the planet. When you watch the lift that this guy gets. Is a really cool thing is he can actually do all of his flips on the surface. I've seen one other guy do that. I'm sure Nicholas and the boys can do it.
TOEIC line 5 back.
TOEIC line 5. And he can do all 6 of his flips. He can do more of them on the surface without a wake, so it's pretty cool to watch. So you add that wake to it, he really starts flying.
Yeah, you know, you were saying that he learned so many of those flips when he was young, and that's what I remember about him. Even when I was a young skier coming up, he was already doing so many more flips than they would even let him do in his run.
He was actually the first person, person to do 6 flips. He actually did it in the Junior Worlds in Mexico, in Guadalajara. Okay, we got Nick Lavor. Sergio's Mexico.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to.
Hey, we've got Mandy Nightingale here. That looked like an awesome performance, like you're dancing across the water out there. Do you think you got that one?
Well, I sure hope so. It felt really good. It was I don't think I've ever thrown the fist after my first pass, but the audience out here is just going crazy, and with the lights and everything, it's such a neat experience.
So unofficially right now you're in first place. They do have to go back and review, but you know, fingers crossed. It was a pretty big performance out there.
Thank you. Yeah, fingers crossed for sure. Just waiting on the final scores. They want to get the scores out really fast for the sponsors and all the audiences here, and so we'll have to wait and see.
Is this one of your first time skiing in the dark?
Yeah, first experience ever. I don't think I've ever practiced under night lights before, but yeah, it's really fun.
So you're doing some practicing under car lights or something to get ready?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we need to get like an enclosed dome or something. This is really cool.
No, this is absolutely awesome out here, and the Mastercraft boats are looking absolutely glamorous out there under the lights. Absolutely fantastic. The crowd, like I say, is getting bigger and bigger. Hope to be back here next year. Do you think there's anybody you know out there watching? You'd shout out?
Oh, all my family and friends are always there watching. Thank you guys so much, and don't forget to vote for the Disney Cruise. And thanks for all the sponsors and everything for putting this on. It's an amazing event.
I know there's a cruise that you can win. Apparently, if you just hit on one of the buy now buttons, you can go and buy skis. It's a whole shopping fest out there. So go shop, be happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, Ryan finished up a pretty solid run, a little bobble in the middle, but he made it through all those flips that we were talking about, and hoping to post a big score because Corey Picos is coming out, and he is just one of the legends in men's trick skiing.
Yeah, Ryan had a good start going there, but then he got on his reverse ski line. I think it was. He got in trouble.
I saw him sitting on his butt on his ski, and that's never good.
Yeah. So we got Corey coming up. I think it might be bumpier than it looks from here because usually that's a pretty solid pass for Ryan. He also knows that these guys are behind him, so maybe he's pushing it more. It's hard to say. I'm going to say it was a combination of both. He knew he had to go fast, and he's got that bumpy water.
Yeah, it all comes together. But now Corey's so bumpy himself. He's flailing all around. I wonder if it'll help him or hurt him.
He's this guy's a legend. I mean, I can't believe it. Every time I come to a tournament, I see the guy, and he's still in the top. He's like chasing. Look at this guy go.
Look at how fast he goes. Not only him, but he's got the boat going at probably 22 miles an hour. He has the boat set faster than anyone else that I've ever seen trick.
This is like Ryan Green after 10 Red Bulls.
Oh my gosh, I know. Have you seen how many coffees he drinks though?
Look at Corey go. Pulled his tip. He was going to suck the tip there.
I cannot believe he pulled out of that.
Nice little run there.
Wow. That's such an amazing pass. Now, he only tricked 94.60 yesterday. And I think...
Here's that look, that Sergio look that we were talking about.
Yep.
Different foot forward, but I mean, it's
very
all the same
similar
stuff going on. You'll see his arms going, but they have the same body type. And a lot of times when you have the same body type, a lot of that stuff is going to start happening.
Did you see those Toei back-to-backs?
Yeah.
Seriously, without the wake whatsoever.
Yeah, but when you have a loaded line, you don't need it.
No.
You just go against the line, and that's where Corey was one of the first. Corey was the first guy to go fast back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember I was working with Craig Llewellyn, and I couldn't get him to go fast. So I called up his mom and I said, hey, listen, you need to send Craig to go ski with Corey. And she goes, I thought you were the coach. I go, no, I want him to go ski with Corey. Corey's a great coach too. I want him to ski with Corey because I want to show him what fast is all about. He came back and the guy's picked up 2 seconds on a run just watching Corey. But I'm sure Corey's coaching was helping him too.
Right, and once Corey set that up, I mean, you had Tori going that fast.
Well, and Tori was a student of Corey.
Exactly. Everyone that sees him, have you seen his son? Have you seen Adam trick?
No. Oh yeah.
He skied against him in the prelims.
It's great. I love watching it. It's Corey Jr. But that's what it's all about. What they do is they work off a loaded line.
Yeah.
So you don't need to use a wake. You just hop. What they need to do is to get credit. They got to hop with load to get out.
Exactly. So, hop over the load.
No, it's fun. I love watching those guys. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, and like you're saying, the guys that ski with Corey, like Adam, he beat Corey in the first round.
Nice. We've been getting some emails and. Like you asked me before, my lovely fiance is trying to trick me. She's asking some trick questions here. So hi Monica, what's up?
Oh, that's funny.
Don't worry, it's dark. I'll be home soon.
What other emails are we getting in?
I don't know. Why don't you read these? I'm old. I don't have my glasses.
Okay, let's see. We had a question about what speed does the boat go for tricks, and I was just commenting on how fast Corey goes. And really, Corey will go 21 miles an hour at least, while some of the other skiers might only go 17. So it's completely skier's preference. And
some of the advantages as the guys get more comfortable over their ski, they like to go faster because they have a harder surface below them. That harder surface allows them to jump more and push off more and stuff like that. So, everyone has their own style. Emmerich Bennett, one of the greatest trick skiers in the world, used to go 16 miles an hour on a short rope. So, it's one of those go figure.
Yeah, and that's what happens. You end up having to change your rope length. Oh, here's Corey starting out with his flips.
You'll see how he's landing on an edge. He's always moving back in.
Yeah.
And that's some of the difference with the girls, ski line 5. Landing on that edge, you have to have that tight line to keep it going. I think Corey's going to be happy with this. What's happening? How are you? You want to get this?
All right, we're here with Will Bush, one of the drivers of this event. What have you got here, Will?
I got an OJ prop.
An OJ prop. Now, OJ is one of the sponsors here, and they've got the buy now link on the website, right?
They did. They can buy a prop right now online.
Buy a prop. All right, what's special about this one?
Well, OJ has a prop for everybody. It doesn't matter whether you have a wakeboard boat or water ski boat. And the nice thing about this prop is it's a CNC prop, and I know it sounds kind of technical, but it means it's cut by a computer.
Is that what all these grooves are for?
All these little grooves are basically a computer. You can take a big block of brass or nibral, they put it in a computer cutting machine, and out comes a perfectly balanced propeller.
Now, is this special for a certain kind of lake or altitude or boat?
Yeah, every prop there's different sizes and different pitches, as they're called, and OJ has a prop for everybody. If you're at high altitude, it's a different prop than you're at sea level.
Yeah, you have to have a different pitch, and then it helps with the fuel efficiency, right?
Exactly, and there are props that are actually will rev higher, rev lower, and some of them, are better designed for wakeboard. Some are more fuel efficient.
Oh, well, that's such great knowledge. Now, if you guys want to get an OJ prop, just go on the website, hit the Buy Now link, and click on OJ Props, and you can pick out anything you want. And while you're there, take a look at the Conley skis, the HO skis, and the Masterline ropes. Thanks for coming out here.
Thank you, Tara.
All right, so I think we've got Jarrett Llewellyn back on the water, and what is he?
Little Louie. This is pretty good. Jarrett, here's another good story. I mean, watch the rhythm here. I mean, this is as good as it gets for rhythm. Jarrett's got a rock steady 10-6, 10-8 run, but I don't know about out here. This is a little tricky for that. Plus, your depth perception gets screwed off talking about boat speeds. It feels like you're going a lot faster. So, I don't know. I mean, these guys seem to be handling it pretty good. That's that rock steady toe pass. So, I mean, little Louie, Jarrett Llewellyn, the jumper, has got the tricks going on. Jarrett, when he was a little guy, he still is a little guy, but when Jarrett was younger, I went up to Innisfail, Alberta. He's from Canada, and I was trying to figure out how can I teach these little guys to do toe tricks faster. So what I did was I held the rope in my hand, and I would do all the advancing for them to teach them how to use a rope leg. Well, 30 days later, Jarrett had toe 7, toe 5, that whole surface pass.
Right.
Liz Allen was up there and was watching him in skiing and provincials, and he went out and did his toe pass with toe 7, toe 5, toe back, record, toe 5, toe reverse. And Liz said, "Those are the nicest toe turns I've ever seen." And I said, he hasn't even been doing them for a month, but that's how the feel he has. And 20 years later, 25 years later, here you see it with a nice rhythm.
Yeah, that rhythm is better than anyone else's. You see a lot of the other trickers, and they're kind of all around the place and yanking on the rope hard, and he just has such a smooth style. I mean, it's impressive. No bobbles, nothing like that. And one of the emails we just got in was asking about the night events and what the future is, and you were just commenting on how speed, it makes it feel faster, but that makes the guys push it more. And I think we're going to see a lot more night events. We've got one of the biggest crowds that I've seen in a long time.
This is the big. I mean, Mumba was big. I mean, Mumba
and you
was
get
real
cool
big.
effects like the Mastercraft.
But how awesome is this? If you look around at that crowd, that's a huge crowd.
That is. We're getting overflow from Cirque du Soleil, from House of Blues, from everyone here at Downtown Disney.
Yeah, Surf Expo's in town, and that's the big surf trade show. And they're doing the big party down here. So all the guys are here. It's awesome because we're living in this wakeboarding world right now. What's happening is we're bringing the show to these potential sponsors for these guys. So it's really awesome for them. Too bad a lot of the Europeans couldn't come because of they had their European Championships over in Greece.
Europeans, yeah. But Surf Expo is sponsoring this event. So we should, people watching at home, click on the link and go check out what's going on there. And like we were saying, the Mastercraft bubble there, look at their site and click on GMC. GMC has put up some awesome support for this event, and if you click on there and fill out their form, we're trying to get about 30,000 clicks and show us that you want more events like this. You want more night events, you want more events where huge crowds can come. Click and show GMC so they can give us some more support.
Yeah, it's real important. It's real important that you guys go to. Just take the time to go to the GMC site, click it, because we want to do more of these. This stuff's fun.
Yeah, well, Jarrett just had a wonderful pass, and I think we are about to see Danielle Bennett in an interview.
Hey, we've got Danielle Bennett. Danielle, you two, like Mandy, were looking like you're dancing across the water there. How did it go for you?
It went all right. I went out there and knew what all the scores were before I went out. So I knew that I had to go out there and kill my toe pass and get those last couple of big tricks in. And I got a little bit ahead myself and ended up falling early, but it's all right because it's all fun and it's been a great, great finals.
I know, it's a fantastic event out here, and of course people know that you had to actually qualify to get to the finals here. That wasn't an easy task. I saw your dad in the boat there. Does that always help your confidence?
Yeah, it does. He knows exactly what to say in the pressure situations. He always calms me down really well, like if that first pass doesn't go very good, doesn't go like I want it to. He really takes care of me out there, and I definitely owe a lot of my success to him.
Oh, bless you. That's really sweet. And you ski for Mastercraft, don't you? The boat's looking fantastic out there. It's okay to see the wakes and stuff?
Yeah, the wakes are great. The peak's really nice on them, really kicks me up on my flips, and the table's smooth so I can dance in the water, like you said.
How many flips have you got in your run?
I've only got 2. Some of the girls have 4, 5, so I'm lacking in the flips area, but toes are really my strong point.
Thank you so much for being here.
Russell struggling there.
Oh my gosh. I have not seen that happen. Messing up his very first trick.
Well, Russell, Jared put the pressure on these guys. I mean, these guys have to go hard. They have no choice now. I think that was a kind of controlled fall there at the end.
Yeah, I thought he was trying to get it back there for a bit, but here's the replay, yeah.
He just got ahead of himself. He came too close to the boat and he couldn't do anything.
He did, and you see him stop there, and he's like, oh no, what do I do? Yeah. First trick.
But he got stuck again. I mean, that could be the wind, that could be your depth perception, that could, they don't know what's going on. He might have set his speed too slow. And a lot of times what happens is you feel like you're going fast.
Because it's so dark, and it feels very fast.
Yeah.
Well, I got some scores in just a second ago. Right now we have leading Corey Picos with 93.60. Behind him, Sergio Font with 8,700 and Ryan Green with 8,260. We don't have a score yet for Jarrett Llewellyn.
Right.
But I think he'll be right up there next to Corey.
This is what you guys are going to like to watch here. Russell's hand pass is awesome. I mean, this guy, he's as good as it gets on flips. So you're going to get to see some fun stuff here.
I'm excited to see what his first trick is going to be, because I've seen him start with Mope 5 front.
Yeah, he's going Mope 5 front. He has to.
He has to.
He doesn't have a choice. But I'll tell you what, it's getting dark now. I mean, it's nighttime, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it just creeped up on us. So it's going to be, I mean, it's tough now because it's bumpy. The wind is going to affect him. He's got a bit of a tailwind, which is going to give him that loose line. And on Mope 5 and on all those mopes, there is some advancing that's going on to get to the handle. So with that and the bumpy water, I don't know. I mean, he's gonna have to be on his A game to get through this one.
Yeah, it looks like the wind has calmed down some, but the rollers, they don't. They stay, and so I think he's at an advantage for starting with the flip that he's starting backwards. When it's real bumpy and windy like Whitecaps, it's so hard to cut in and still get your lift. But
is Kobe watching?
He better be watching. He's probably out in the boat still pulling people, seeing if they can do the night wakeboarding too.
There you go. He's thinking about it. I know my daughters are watching too. My daughter Carly and her best friend Abby. What's up, girls?
Yeah, Kobe's at the house. He's got a bunch of people there from Surf Expo, and they've been hanging out. They went to the rail gym last night, and
the rail gym that didn't jam.
Did you see some of those crashes?
Last night downtown they had a rail jam where they have the pools and the rails, and they didn't build the rail real good, and a lot of guys were catching edges real bad.
Oh my gosh, I saw a few guys laying on their head.
Okay, here comes Russell. Here's the Mope 5 for you.
Yep, let's see this.
Attaboy,
that's
Mope 5
huge.
Front. Watch how fast he gets going here. He's just cranking them.
Yeah, and there aren't any guys
back to back
that are starting to run with that besides Russell. He's cruising.
He's got to go 7 here. No, he needed the 7.
Does he usually do
Mope front to front?
Mope front to front.
That's a big pass. That's over 6,000 points right there.
Easily.
What was the top score so far?
Top score so far.
Sergio.
No, it's Corey. He has something around 92, I think. 93.
That's more than 92.
Yeah, I would say so. Even with the bobble on his toe pass. But
it looks like we got Nicola lined up with the shooter Green.
Yeah, she's going to be talking to Ryan Green in a second. He did good out there. He recovered some.
Here you go, Nick.
Hey, we've got Ryan Green here from Australia, one of our international athletes. You weren't quite dancing, a bit of break dancing in the middle of your run there. How did it go?
Yeah, I wouldn't quite call it dancing, but it was fun out there. It's good as I have this event at Disney and under the lights. I've never tricked under lights before, so to have this event out here, and although, yeah, I'm not real happy with what I did, but sort of got through my runs.
But just to be here.
Exactly, just to be here, and I know a lot of people have put a lot of effort into this event, especially Mastercraft. This is their big event for the year, and just like to thank them because it's, from the feedback from all the water skiers, it's been incredible.
No, it's an awesome event. Mastercraft done a superb job. Anybody out there watching live that you want to say hi to?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Mum and Dad might be watching back in Perth. But
Hi, Di.
if they are, hello, I'll be home soon and looking forward to getting back to Australia. And my wife is in Greece this weekend at the European, so I meet up with her in England and then back to Australia to see the family.
And she had a pretty good tournament over there?
Yeah, she got second over there, so it was good.
Hey, hi, Sarah, and everybody in Europe. Thanks, Ryan.
No worries. Thanks,
Great
Nick.
interview. Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. The top seed has a little trouble here.
No, you know, he started off a little rocky, but you know, he knows how to recover. And then I could have sworn he was down, and I guess his pin person did too, because they released him and
Here's Russell's flip sequence in replay. Watch how he's always landing on an edge.
And he's done with his flips.
And he's just
Before he lands.
back in. Here's your edge. Boom. Loaded line, snaps it. Bang. Another edge. Watch how he extends off the top there. There's just Mo
You
back
aren't
to back.
kidding. And
So Jimmy's got some trouble, but Jimmy has a crazy hand run. That hand run he did back at the Worlds at up there at Swiss Ski School.
Right.
That was a pretty crazy one. Didn't he did a Mo5 in that, I think.
you know, I can't remember if he did. I know that he does do them, but I don't know that he always puts them in his run.
Yeah,
he better today.
I think he's going to put it in his run right now. So Ryan Green, he had a little trouble out there. We got Corey, we got Jarrett with the 10-2.
10-2.
I wonder if Ryan Green's mom and dad are watching if down there in Geraldine or Perth. Hi, Diane. Hi, Kev. What's happening?
What time is it there?
It's really late, but I'm sure that they're probably having a couple of cold ones over the wood and watching the show.
All right, so I want to know your bet on Russell Gay's performance. How much do you think he tricked?
That 10, I don't think it's 10-2.
You don't think it's 10-2? I mean,
I've been wrong before one other time when I thought I was wrong, so it might
one other time?
But I don't know what's going on. 10-2, and that he's got a 6,000. That means you have to have 4 on his other one. Ooh, it's going to be close. I know Jimmy's going to have to lay it all out on the line right here. If he's
I think that if everything of Russell's was in time, that he'll beat 10-2. Because a 4,000 point trick run for toes, it's very, very doable for those guys. Most of the girls have 4,000 in their toe pass, and they're not doing as many steps.
Russell looked pretty good. He was pretty solid. I think you got me on that. I think this is another time I've been wrong.
Yeah, with a hand pass like that, and how quick he moves, and I wouldn't say there'd be too many tricks in question for credit. He gets such good air, and but man, has Jimmy got his work cut out
Will
for
Asher
him.
seems to be in a good mood, sneaking up behind here. I heard Will Asher was over at Surf Expo all day, walking the booths. Will says hi, Mom.
Will says hi, Mom.
The boys are getting ready. Here's what's coming up next. We got women's slalom, we got men's slalom, we got men's jump. Will, is your mom watching? No? They don't have an internet connection at Lincoln? If any of the guys over there in England are watching, I missed my trip over there this year, but what's going on, guys? I'm sure it's late at night, but you guys will probably enjoy these guys go. Here we go. Here's this
Three
we're talking
mobs in a
about.
row. He started with 3 mobs in a row. All right.
Yeah, Jimmy's not fooling around, but he needed that toe pass.
Yes, he did.
I think Jimmy ran out of some steam at the end, a little tired.
Maybe he's saving it for the jump event. I think he's one of the. Oh, he's the first one off the dock.
11:1:40. You're right. We have a new leader. Nice.
Hey, we've got Willie Asher here. Willie, you're going to be out just a little while. It's looking pretty awesome out there. Are you excited?
Oh man, I'm so excited. This is awesome. We're out here in front of House of Blues and Bongos and all those other places. There's thousands of people. Conditions are awesome. The floodlights are lighting the course up. Just beautiful people everywhere.
Just waiting to get down to business out there.
Definitely, yeah. I'm trying not to get too excited. It's kind of hard with so many people around,
You're gonna
start like bouncing around, but
You're gonna go put yourself away somewhere and plug in the iPod and just try and get away from it all, or are you just soaking it all up?
if I come down a little bit in my excitement level, maybe I could do that. But
I think you can channel that in the right way too. And will your mum and dad be watching? I know it's the middle of the night, but they're over there in England, of course.
I hope they are. I hear a rumour they're in Ireland drinking Guinness, so.
No, that's not like your mum and dad.
But hopefully, if they are, hi mum.
Hey Jill, hey Adi. Of course, Will's riding one of the HO skis. They're one of the buy now buttons. So for all you shoppers out there, you can go and have a shop online. We've got Connolly, HO, Masterline, and you can also buy a prop for your boat. Will, good luck out there. Can't wait to see you out there.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank
Makes me feel so right. His love is so tender, it makes me surrender when he squeezes and holds me tight. The way he kisses me, the way he holds me, the way he looks in my eyes. Well, he fills me, yes, he thrills me. My baby got me hypnotized. You got to be my love, not a two-time lover, not a one-day lover. Be gone. You got to be my love, not a two-time lover, just a love I can call my own. I'm away from home, sometimes I feel alone. I want my baby near. Just the sound of the voice seems to melt my heart on the phone as he whispers in my ear. You got to be, you got to be. I can call my own baby. Be a love, got to be a love. I can call my own baby. You got to.
Okay, we are back here, and we just found out that Russell Gay took that men's trick title. But while we're waiting for the women's slalom event to start, I want to remind you guys at home to click the Vote Now button for the Disney Cruise Line. They're giving away a free cruise to our favorite skier, and you need to click and vote on who that is. Right now, Kyle Ead is still in the lead, and he's way ahead in the lead.
And we got that buy now button too. You know, this is a really cool thing about webcasting. They can actually, you can buy whatever these guys are using. So if you see someone out there, Jimmy on a,
he's on Conley's.
Yeah, you just go bang. Here we go. Buy now. You're right on that site, and you're rocking. Spending money.
Spending money. Yeah, get out that credit card. Get some skis, get some ropes from Masterline.
Yeah, it's too easy. Just bang. Here you go. You need that new pair of gloves. Your hands are getting sore. That rope's fraying. Can't get that ski to run 39. Buy a new one.
Yeah. Or go check out GMC's site. Go buy a new truck, and then you can carry all that new gear to the lake. And seriously, guys, go click on GMC. They've got some great stuff out, and we want to get your input, and we want to know that you want more events like this. This is just amazing out here. Under the lights, we've got a huge crowd. So we're getting ready to go back into the women's slalom event, and while we're waiting,
what about Inmar here?
What about Inmar? They're awesome. They're supplying the motors for these awesome boats that we've got here. These Mastercrafts.
Power to spare.
Power. That's what we're talking
economy.
about.
These boats these got the big engines in them. They're cranking. And you know, without these Mastercraft boats leaving the perfect wake for tricks, without these Inmar engines giving the power these guys need for jumping, you wouldn't be seeing these performances. So it's a real big part of this whole deal.
Oh, it is. The equipment that is being, put out on the market these days is just insane. The engines by Inmar, the skis by HO, by Conley, they're taking these skiers to a whole new level.
Yeah. And we have a guest up here who's going to be helping us out with slalom. T-Money. We got Trent Finlayson all the way from Western Canada, a good Canadian boy. What's up, Trent?
That's right, Mike. Just here checking out some slalom action. Just going to be doing a little commentary with you and Tara, trying to break down some of the action on the water.
Cool. It's talk to us. You've been out on this place. You've been going through some of these qualifying rounds. Dark, rolly, windy.
Dark. Dark's the big one. These guys are approaching speeds of 70 miles an hour as it is. So you click the lights out on them, and all of a sudden it feels like you're doing closer to 90, Mike.
Well, is this Natalie? We got Natalie here. Ooh, baby! She looked like she got into the bumps there coming through the gates.
Yeah. Natalie had a bit of a rough go yesterday too. Not running her first pass, but she looked like she got through that one all right. A little bit of a rough start, but man, she picked up all four.
Thanks, Anna. Is that something that's going on with the way she stands on her ski? She had a little trouble there.
She's being just a little bit tentative is all, but she'll be all right coming back on the second pass.
Hi, we've got Russell Gay here, and with Anna and Brooke. Russell, how did it go out there for you?
Well, I mean, it's such a neat sight to ski on with the lights, and it's a totally different sensation. But I mean, that had to be one of the most fun experiences I've had in a tournament.
I know fun seems to be a big word around here. The arena's looking fantastic. The crowds are getting bigger. Do you know how the scores went so far?
I haven't heard any scores.
Unofficially?
Not even unofficially, I have. But from what I'm feeling, I feel like that was pretty good. It's just I messed up my first toe 7. After that, I went pretty good. It just depends on whether I got my last trick on my first pass. Second pass felt really good. I feel like that's in time, so it's going to come down between Jarrett and I, and I'm just hoping I got enough on. And it just depends on the judges going back for time.
It's going to be pretty close. Of course, Russell is from Masterline, and that's one of our buy now buttons. For all you shoppers, you can go get your ropes and your handles. Click on that button and have a shop. Anything else you'd like to add? Anybody watching out there?
Well, I'd like to say hi to my mom, and
the replay is this way.
yeah, it's just I'd like to thank Masterline, Mastercraft, Disney Cruise Lines. This is just an amazing experience. I'd like to thank Sully for all his hard work. He's put an amazing job, and this is just awesome. Hope we can come back.
Yeah, everybody's hoping that you can come back. Thanks, Russell. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Brooke. We'll see you later.
A little trouble out there, Trent, at ball 2, 32 off. Looked like she had a decent start.
Yeah, Mike, she did have a pretty good start, but you can tell, looks like she's skiing a little tentative out there, not really carrying the amount of speed she needs to.
Is that why her ski got behind her there at 2-ball?
Definitely. That's what put her narrow into 2 and let the ski fall behind her. She's just not riding, with as much speed as she needs to.
You get in this bumpy water and your ski's behind you, it's going to be over real fast.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Natalie, but looks like she's all right.
Yeah, it's weird. Most of the people aren't setting their skis up for some of this bumpy water, and because of that, their skis get so dialed for dealing without bumps. The other thing is, a lot of the girls aren't. I mean, they just won't go out and train in this stuff. You just got to do it. I mean, I've seen you go out in some bad water and stuff like that. I think an event like this will encourage them to do it more because they know they got to deal with it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. When the conditions are bad, sometimes you just have to use it to your advantage and go out and see what you can do.
Ronnie. We got Ronnie Barton. Ronnie on a Connolly, good girl. You can buy that ski right now. Hit that buy now button. Looks like Ronnie getting into it off a 2-ball. 4-buoy course. What are you thinking when you go into a 4-buoy course?
Well, straight away, me, I'm a left foot forward skier myself, so right away, it's going to favor the left foot forward field, just because we can go out and make 2 heel side turns, only have to worry about 1 toe side turn.
Yep. Yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, you got bumpy water. You got a couple of big lefties out there in the men's field. You got Jeff, and then you got Jamie. But Natalie's a lefty.
Yeah, exactly.
So a righty. So you get a better turn in on your gate, and you can stay against the line a little bit different into your offside. So if you can survive your 1 ball, then you come into 2 and just rely on a tight line turn. So you can look at it 2 different ways too.
Yeah,
in that bumpy water, staying against the line, it could be more important. Natalie had trouble going through the gates there.
Yeah, it's exactly. Sometimes it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But these guys are going to take a different strategy. They're going to want to have a lot of speed coming into 1 ball, so they can kind of coast from 2 on out.
So here comes Ronnie back at 32 off. Let's see if she stays against that line at 2-1. It looks a little bumpy down at that end.
Yeah, it does, and.
These
skiers are not used to skiing under the lights either. It's going to feel faster, and they're probably not even going to be able to see the bumps as well. But she's making it through this course.
Look at Ronnie go. Atta girl.
Yeah, we got an email question wondering if the skiers get to train under lights, and I think very few skiers do. There's, I think down at Okehili, they've got lights on that lake, and at OWC there's lights there, but very few other places have lights for skiers to train under.
The only, I don't know about Europe, but the only place that I know of over here is Okehili, and I've skied with the lights, and it feels fast.
Yeah.
It feels real fast. Even in Okehili's lit pretty good too. Ronnie's on it, but Ronnie doesn't get up over her ski. That's just her style, and I think that might be helping her a little bit here. That 2-ball, that lean lock helped a little bit too.
Yeah, exactly. She definitely is a more neutral skier. And it's going to help her. She's going to be a little more balanced coming into the ball. She'll be ready for some of the adverse conditions that the Disney waters are going to offer them.
Okay, your call. What's it going to take?
Oh, Mike, I don't know. I'm going to say any part of 3-ball at 38 off.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big call.
I'm going big.
I'm going to say any part of 3-ball Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. Well, wind's picking up. She's looking pretty good. Come on,
She's
Ronnie.
on this mic.
Come on, Ronnie. Yeah, Ronnie. Yeah, Ronnie.
That's it.
Yeah, nice.
There it is.
And she throws the fist.
That was a gutsy performance right there, Mike.
She had a good little start there. And I'll tell you what, the wind picked up. We're getting some gusts. Man, look at this crowd trend. Sully had the right call.
I've got Natalie will do you later. We've got Jimmy Seamers here. Jimmy, we just see you come off the water from your trick event. How did that go for you?
I had a bit of a rough go at it, but you know, that's tournament water skiing, that's trick skiing. But you know, it's been a great event. Mastercraft's put on an excellent event. It's an excellent venue, and the crowd loves it.
Yeah, the crowd out here are going wild when your athletes are going up and down. Did you fall in the middle of your pass?
Yeah, I had a bad start to my toe pass and got a premature pin, but you know, it's dark out. It's hard to see for the pinner. And
Better be safe than sorry, hey?
Yeah, that's for sure. At least I'm walking.
And how are you feeling after your jump tumble yesterday? That was a pretty nasty fall out there.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't get a jump today. I made the decision a little earlier. I am very, very sore. Luckily I'm walking. I'm in one piece. But
Exactly.
yeah, so I'm not going to jump tonight, you know, but some other night.
You'll be back next year for the jump event?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, is there anybody out there you want to say hi to?
I think my girlfriend's watching, probably my parents, and you know, just anyone out there that's a fan. And this is a really cool event. You guys should come out sometime.
Of course, and Jimmy is one of the Team Mastercraft skiers. You can go to their website, have a look at the boats. Anything you see out there, you can probably buy from your local dealer. We've got the buy now buttons. We'll keep plugging them, but you can happy shopping. You can buy your gloves, your ropes, your props, anything you want. Thanks a lot, Jimmy. Nice talking to you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Ronnie having a nice 35, comes back in at 38. Looked like she got going pretty good into through the gates, and then it just got jacked with a roller on one ball.
Yeah, like she set it up pretty good. She definitely, you know, hit a few rows into one, but you know, 38 off, you know, just the amount of speed they're bringing into the ball. You know, it's going to be tough for these girls to get down it. I know I called any part of 3 ball, so pretty good start by Ronnie there, though.
Yeah, and actually that could have been one of the. It looked like it was rolly, but it looked like she wasn't really going for it. I think she was just trying to survive that one ball.
Yeah, for sure.
It could be a good call too, because now you got to get to 2 ball.
Exactly. Yeah, she definitely laid up there, but you know, playing a bit of strategy there, knowing that, you know, someone's gonna have to come out
first off the dock.
Yeah, make a solid turn on 1 ball now. So that's a different game.
Yeah. And the wind was actually better for the trickers. I mean, we're getting some gusts now. That's not good. It's a crosswind that's going on here. Here we go. We got Karen. Karen stays back too on her ski. So.
Yeah, which should come in handy, because when they hit those rollers, they're not going to stuff the tip the way that someone who's right over their ski will.
Karen struggled in her first round, but then things started happening. So
well,
she
didn't run 35.
Yeah, she might be putting her. It might have got her to the point where she said enough's enough.
But
I
Karen's
gotta pull up my shorts and go for this one.
Do you think Ronnie's score is going to hold up?
That's not a bad score. I mean, night, rolly, you know, it's a good score to go back to the dock with, but a piece of 2 ball would have been nicer.
You know, I think that Regina won last year and ran that pass. And I know that she got 2.5 yesterday in the semifinals, so she's definitely capable, being our top seed, to beat that score. But yeah, Ronnie, she didn't do a real aggressive edge change, but that was probably smart because it was rolly where she was coming into the buoy.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like you were saying, that the strategy of just laying up for 1 ball might have been a good plan here. We'll see if it's going to hold up.
So we got Karen coming back at 32. I've seen Karen ski in some, she'll practice in some wind.
Jones, roving reporter.
So I think she's probably one of the more comfortable ones. Ronnie's lake is so perfect. You know, but she stood up. I mean, she got through some of the bad stuff. So here we go, decent little start going on there. She's had the most room of anybody so far.
Yeah, true. Yeah, she's looking really in control of things here. Yeah, it was an easy pass. That could have been any lake anywhere. That was a sweet pass.
Skiing in this type of water, is this something do you want to create a lot of room? Do you want to be early? I mean, if you're out there, do you deal with the bumps different? Like,
you know,
do you want to run a tighter line?
You know, I think you need to be more aggressive than you think you might. The earlier you can get up to the buoy line, the better here. You don't want to feel rushed. You don't want to feel like you have to push, because if you're gonna, if you force a turn here, you're definitely done.
So what? I mean, are you gonna on a bumpy water? Are you gonna stand up over your ski a lot? I mean, what's going on?
Well, you're gonna want to get out there earlier. You want to get higher on your ski so you just have more time to move through the turn. You don't want to be rushing anything, especially in the dark, especially with some rolly conditions. But we're going to come out next here. Looks like next skier out will be... Oh, we still have Karen out here. She's coming back in at the 35 off. She ran 3 1/4 here yesterday. And the thing about Karen yesterday, she took a really horrific fall at 4-ball at 35 yesterday. So we're going to see if that's going to be in her mind here today.
This is the best anyone's looked so far. She's got the most room. She looks the most relaxed. She might have her A game going today.
Yeah, definitely. That 35 was a walk for her.
Yeah. So with that kind of room at 38, I think that 3-ball that you're talking about, I think she'll pull up on 3, but I think she'll put it out there.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel pretty good about my wager there.
Yeah. And if you look at the water right now, the winds are down.
Yeah, winds are down. There's still enough of a breeze to knock the top off of some of that backwash, but it's definitely looking better as we get deeper in the field.
Do you practice? Will you practice in this sort of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, on the lakes that we train at, the conditions are 90% of the time ideal. So, that one day out of 10 when the wind comes up, I'm definitely the first one out on the water. You just never know. You end up at a title event like this, and it's not who can run the most buoys at 41. Sometimes it's who can get through 38.
And the other thing, it's standing down here on the docks. Okay, I've been here, I've done that. I've dealt with the wind, I've dealt with a crosswind, I've dealt with rolling lakes. That helps a lot.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of peace of mind, and we'll see if Karen has any peace of mind coming in here at 38.
38, looking good.
Good start there, Mike.
Oh, that piece of 3 might be a big call.
Oh, she's going to lay up.
Ooh, that is going to be real interesting, kids.
That could be it right there.
1.5. I think that 2-ball would have been, the full 2 would have been real nice.
Yeah, and funny thing is, she got out to 2 with plenty of time. I think she might have had a little indecision about whether she was going to turn 2, go for 3, or whether she was going to, lay up. But
I think that zigzag would have helped.
yeah, that could cost her a chunk of change right there, Mike.
Yeah. Okay, we got John Bailing up here, the marketing director at Mastercraft. This is awesome. I mean, this is cool just to look around and see this crowd. I mean, you got to be happy about this.
Oh, this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I got to give a lot of credit to Chris Sullivan. He really is the one that pulled this off, and it's under the lights, the sponsors, Disney. I mean, look at the crowd in the background. It's just amazing. I mean, good night. Would like the wind to die down a little bit, but it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And, one of the really cool things is, because we're living in that wakeboarding world right now, and this is a huge crowd for wakeboarding, too. So, I mean, for you guys, does this open your eyes to things and say, hey, listen, more of these things are going to generate more boat sales?
Well, there's no question about it. I mean, we've got Surf Expo going on, so we know a lot of people came over, but I'm hoping a lot of those people out in the crowd are getting exposed to skiing. You're right, wakeboarding is huge, but I was a skier my whole life, and it's just exciting to see a lot of new people watching this.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, we got Karen back out there, and Karen's looking pretty... Oh, we got Regina out there. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused here. I'm not used to working in the dark. Well, I didn't want to cut you off there, but yeah, I mean, this is really exciting. This is as good as it gets. And, I was talking with a bunch of the pro wakeboarders the other day. We were out doing some demos, and I got a bunch of the pro wakeboarders to go out and slalom. Rusty Malinowski, Chad Sharp, these guys were loving it. Rusty made the course. He's one of your guys, too.
Absolutely.
Rusty, I think he ran 32 miles an hour. And then as soon as they were done, a bunch of the dealers that were doing demos went out, and they were wakeboard guys, and they went out and did it. So it's too much fun. It's an adrenaline rush. Get on that ski and try it. These people are going to be doing it the next thing you know.
I don't think there's anybody out there that doesn't enjoy some speed.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the first time you lay into a cut
Yep.
and you pull that rope down and you shoot across the wake, it is an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
And you listen to this crowd when the jump goes, they are going to be blown away.
Yeah.
And it's going to be coming right at them. They're just not going to know what to do. It's going to be amazing.
Are you surprised at I mean, I'm blown away. I mean, this is huge.
Well, anytime you do an event, you always keep your fingers crossed for a crowd, and this is amazing. It's really...
Bikini sponsor.
This is really cool. Okay, we got Regina coming back at 32 off. She doesn't look as relaxed as Karen does. I mean, she's on it, but she's just not as relaxed as Karen.
Yeah, for sure. You could tell, right from her pull out, even on her first pass, she doesn't look, real relaxed, a little bit tentative. But
it looks like we got Nick over there with Natalie, and Natalie's Connolly ski. Bye now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Natalie Hamrick here, Queen of Style. How did it go out there, Nat?
Less than desired, but I had a really good time, and I really can't complain. It's an amazing setup. Chris Sullivan has worked so hard. He has really turned this into an incredible event, and I'm just thrilled that I got to participate tonight.
Fantastic. Yeah, Chris has been working hard for a long time, we know, and it looks absolutely, it's unbelievable. As you can see from the pictures on your TV, it's looking picturesque out there. It's absolutely glamorous. Of course, Natalie's riding the Connolly, which is one of our Buy Now features. You can click online and you too can have your very own Connolly. I don't think Natalie comes along with it, but she might sign it for you if you bump into her. Anything you'd like to tell us about the ski?
Normally it works much better than you saw it working tonight, as Ronnie Barton so beautifully displayed, and as Jamie Bouchane will show later on. Earlier this week I was skiing well in it too, so normally, like I said, Connolly's a great ski, highly recommend it. The new boots are absolutely stellar.
Isn't there some kind of feature on the back there where you can kind of rest your feet?
There's a new sort of release clip back here, so soap is not necessary to get your foot into the
I always forget my soap.
Me too, Nicola. Every time, it never fails. There's separate cinches, one for the top and one for your ankle, so it's pretty phenomenal. And I'm proud of the boys at Conley. So
yeah, no, it looks fantastic. Very sexy boot there, and I like that. No soap. That is a definite plus. Thanks, Nat, and of course, looking fantastic out here. Any bikini sponsors?
Trent.
Nat's your girl.
You gotta be proud of Regina. Huge two ball.
Oh yeah, I don't think her back is going to be thanked here tomorrow. But if she picks up the paycheck tonight, it'll all be worth it. That was she just fought her way through the money pass. She had to run it, and she did.
Those are the two balls that you hang on to and you go, oh baby, here we go. I'm gonna be early for 3. Yeah, that was nice. She's, it's just like she isn't jumping. She's a strong skier. She's going to get into it. She's going to go against it, and she's going to fight it out. But this is what it's all about right here.
Yeah, and if she gets a 2-ball like that on this pass, she's going to have a jump title and a foam title.
If she gets a 2-ball like that, she might be sitting on her lap.
Yeah, talk about a money pass.
Ooh, a little wheelie. There we go. There we go. That's what we were looking for.
2 titles.
That's what we were looking for.
And a back-to-back win. She won slalom last year.
Yeah, that's nice being top seed. It's nice to be in the pole position.
Man, I think she'll get a score of 1 3/4. They've changed the rules for this tournament here. Well, usually if you get back to the wakes with the handle after the buoy, you get a full buoy count for that ball. But this time, if you get back to the wakes but you don't hold on to the handle, even if you've crossed the wakes, they're giving you 3/4 instead of a half, instead of a whole, 3/4.
Yeah, it is kind of a goofy rule because you get back in there on the short ropes, you're going to hit the boat, or you're going to get choked up with the line and get all tangled up. So I think that's a smart move.
Well, I think they're trying to give an advantage to the skier who was obviously in a little bit better skiing position, that if they cross the wakes and can hold on to the handle, that they would, get the title, instead of someone who was almost there, but they can't hang on because they have so much lag, and it just doesn't seem like they actually skied quite as well, so they should get a 1/4 less buoy.
Trent, talk to me about hitting the boat. Have you ever been there on those short lines? I'm sure you've been close.
Yeah. I've got a few rub rail rashes. Yeah, definitely. And I think the best thing about this new rule, it eliminates a lot of the ties that we see in men's slalom. Like the pile up at 2 at 41 you see every weekend. This will potentially eliminate that.
I was just thinking, saying how happy Regina is in the boat. Talk about team money. She's going to the bank on Monday, huh?
Yeah.
2 checks. Nice.
Yeah, double title weekend. You can't complain about that.
Okay, MB, the first one-handed gate, huh?
Yeah, we're in the men's slalom near Marcus Brown. And that one-handed gate is going to be really beneficial on the short setups here.
Oh, Marcus!
Oh, I couldn't have said that at a worse time.
And he was early, waiting on it. Waiting on it.
You're really surprising. I don't have an answer for that. He had a great start. He was early.
I think he just got caught up.
We'll see on the replay here. I mean, I'm not sure. A great gate.
Those are the ones that you talk about. Like if you've got room, if you've got space, and the rollers are running in at those different angles. I mean, he wasn't in trouble.
Yeah, we'll see here. 2-ball looks good. He's got plenty of time and space before the ball.
A sweet 2-ball.
Yeah, it's big.
He gets going. So here he is. He's definitely got room.
Well, this is it. We'll see if the conditions are any worse here than usual.
Yeah, he just got stuck in
Yeah.
a bump.
Yeah.
He got stuck in a bump. He was moving back through. He might have been a bit slow.
Yeah, he might have been a little slow coming in, but I think he even rushed it. It's uncharacteristic of Marcus, but I think he
did rush it. You see that? He rotated right in.
Yeah. He's the last person you expect to see their upper body rotate in, before their ski, but that's definitely what happened.
But running out of speed makes you do it. So he had that good 2-ball. Oh, is he getting a reride?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He looks like he might be getting a reride. They're picking him up.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Looks like he's getting a reride. What's that?
All right, we got another email in. Bob McGraw wants to shout out shout out to Bob McGraw from his daughter Sam, or vice versa. I can't really tell.
Bob McGraw, the legend. Richard Abelson's coach. Bob's been coaching Richard and Stuart Abelson for years. And got them. He's got to be proud of his boys. Those guys have been. Richard's been going to World Cups and doing really well. So what's up, Bob?
I am really anxious to hear what's going on with Marcus Brown's pass. They've obviously brought him back. He's getting another go, but
maybe the judge saw. I mean, from our angle, it looked like he hit a dip.
Yeah.
But he also was, like we said, he was a bit slow. Let's see if he's going to run faster through it, and watch to see if he moves in or he rotates it.
Trent, why don't you tell us some more about this one-handed gate and the style that goes along with it?
Well, I mean, this is something that Marcus and Terry and the likes have been working on for a while. You see that on 3-ball there. Sorry to change gears there, but it's really rolly on that 3-ball.
And the thing is, the people watching are probably saying, well, the girls got through it, wasn't that bumpy. That speed change makes a huge difference.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll see a ski chatter here.
It may only be a 2-mile-an-hour increase in speed, but with the speed they're generating, it'd be more like a 15-mile-an-hour increase, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah. Looks like Nicola's got Ronnie.
All right, we're going over to Ronnie Barton with Nicola Huntridge here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Ronnie Barton Bischoff, as I like to call it, because I remember from the older days. Ronnie, how did it go out there?
Well, I had a lot of fun, Nicola. It's very challenging, but it's just amazing. The crowd, the lights, the atmosphere, the vibe, so to say. And for me to be in a slalom final, I'm just stoked. Slalom's not my strongest of the 3 disciplines, so a 3rd place finish, I'm really happy about.
Yeah, well, when we had the qualifying rounds out at HQ, I saw you riding out there, and I thought you were going to nail all 3 disciplines. Your skiing is unbelievable, especially when you've just come back from your injury. You can't be disappointed, really.
No, I'm not disappointed at all. I had reconstructive knee surgery last year, sat out for 12 months, and everyone's like, "You're 30, are you about to retire?" I'm just getting started.
You're just getting warmed up, maturing with age. So tell us about the knee. It's feeling okay now, and you're getting excited for next year. You said you're going to do some record tournaments in the fall.
Yep, I'm going to do a couple of tournaments here in Orlando on some really nice sites, try to post some really good jump scores, just get my confidence back. This was my 5th jump tournament back since the knee surgery, so things are still a bit fresh and new. Knee's feeling good. I'm still doing the rehab. I don't think you can ever slack on that once you have reconstructive surgery, but it's doing great, and I look forward to being back here next year.
Yeah, we're all hoping that we're here next year. Unbelievable. Like you say, the vibe, you can feel it. It gives you goosebumps when you're out there. Also,
Doesn't that mean you get the overall title?
I did, and I'm really excited about that. This is my first win since the knee surgery, so first place at the U.S. Open, women's overall champ, I'll take it.
Ronnie, that is absolutely awesome. Great to have you here. And of course, coming from Natalie, Ronnie's on the Connolly, and you can buy this one now. She doesn't have the slinky bindings. You can put your own bindings on it. I'd say you can buy it. Ronnie doesn't come with the ski, nor Natalie. But have a go.
Well, Marcus just finished with that run, and I was surprised to see him not make it all the way through that pass. He only got 3 buoys at 35 off, and he's going to be very disappointed with that.
Yeah, I'm speechless. It was same start. He had a good start, and it just looked like he rushed it. But we got the Tower Parish on the water now. He ran 2.5 at 38 off yesterday. So,
and Chris is always a favorite, and if he's your favorite, you guys should be voting for him to get that free Disney cruise, because right now Khalid is still leading the polls, and he's way ahead. Way ahead. He has probably double the points of the next person, which is Danielle Bennett, and I know she's got a lot of fans out there. So all you people in Louisiana, get on the computer and vote for Danielle. And then we've got your little Louie, Jarrett Llewellyn, is third right now. So everyone vote for your favorite. It's a free cruise. They've got spas, they've got clubs, they've got everything to go into the Bahamas on a Disney Cruise Line, and one of these skiers is going to win it by the end of tonight. And when you're done voting for them, go buy some ski equipment. Get a Connolly ski. Get an HO ski. You can hit that buy it now button and get any kind of equipment you want, a Masterline rope, an OJ prop, and if nothing else, go check out the Masterline website. They're putting up just an amazing tournament right now, and the boats are they're pulling some killer rides. And then GMC, like we were saying before, go to their website, click on the form to fill out, and let them know that you want to see another event like this, another event under the lights at a place like Disney.
Yep, that's exactly it. We got back on the water here. We got Parrish coming in 35 off. He's looking strong out there. It's a pretty nice gate, Mike.
I'll tell you, after that first pass, I think he's got it going on. He's getting himself back together. Some of his scores that I've been seeing now, he ran his 39 at headquarters to get here. Yep. I think you're going to see Chris find his form. He made a few changes in sponsors this year, and he was trying to get his ski worked out. If he's running 39, I guess he got his ski worked out. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, that was easy. And this is great for me to see. He took a lot of heat. He switched skis. He rewrote a lot of his technique. He went to a one-handed gate, and when you're on top of your game, people were giving him a lot of heat. He's changing things up. His scores are down, but 1.5 at 41 to get here.
Yeah, I think you got it back together. Hey, speaking of heat and discussion, tell us about your new website.
Oh, it's freedomslalom.com. It's an online magazine.
Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to leave this spot.
It's got a forum page as well, but I was trying to focus on bringing new current information to people, not just a gossip board. But
no, I was checking it out the other day. It's awesome. You find out information. I want to know what the scores are. Bang! It's real nice to go and get check it out. But then you're also you're getting up to date with all the new information. Here comes CP back at 38.
He ran 2.5 here yesterday, so we're gonna see what he's got today, Mike. Waiting on 2 ball.
Nice. Here's your lefty advantage. Out of points. There's your 38, your first 38 for
got a little hairy there going out the exit gates, but that was just kind of bit of strategy. He just going easy after 3 ball, wanted to make sure he ran the pass. It was great. Here we see on the replay Parrish's new gate. Great release out into 1. Couldn't be much earlier than that.
It looks like what he's trying to do is he knows he's going to rely on his 1-3. So just keep the line tight on 1-3. Just get outside 2-4.
Exactly.
And just outside 2-4.
Exactly.
Keep the line tight, and you're not going to go down.
Yeah, exactly. You see him come down course on 2 ball, but that's not even worrying him. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got it worked out in his head that's going to be the game plan. Because what's it going to take to win this?
This is going to take a full 1 at 41.
Ooh.
Yep. Look at that.
Okay. That strategy at 39 is a tough strategy.
Yeah.
You can't round your turns like that, especially in bumpy water. So I think right now, I think he might be thinking it's going to take less. I'll bet you he's just going to, he's not going to take a big 1 ball, but maybe he'll go for the big 3.
Well, we'll see. Let's check him out. There is his new one-handed gate. That's a big one ball.
That's a big one ball. Come on, CP, you got it. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, yeah. Attaboy. Attaboy. The tower.
That's why they call him the tower.
Nice. What a sweet one ball.
He ripped that whole pass. That was better than the 38.
That was way better. I think I think that one ball might go down.
Yeah, I might have undersold these guys here tonight. It might take more than that. You know, second skier in the field already into 41.
If his gate is anything like his 39 gate, I mean his 38 gate, we got it going on. Now when he gets to 2 ball, safety or you crank it? It's his offside.
Okay, if CP gets the 2 ball here, he's going to go for the full 2. He's not going to go for the 1 3/4, but he'll go for the full 2.
And it's nice to be in the pole position.
Yeah, and you see he's not scared to take those hits. He's taken 2 big ones out the gate, and it seems to be working for him.
But then it was funny. I was talking to Andy Mapple today. We were talking about Willie being second. He doesn't like to go last. I think today he's going to like to. He would have liked to know what that score is going to be, especially in these conditions.
Oh man! All right, what's your bet, Mike?
Standing up at 2.
That was a nice one ball. Oh, I don't know if you got outside that.
I won. Okay, now.
Man, that was a good one ball.
I told you, it wasn't a bad one ball. It wasn't a bad one ball at all.
Pass.
But he's got it now. To beat him, you got to get the 3.
Yeah.
So.
Well.
That's not a bad one ball.
No.
That's a pretty good one ball.
So let's look at this and see. I mean, he just squeaked around 2 ball if he even got on the outside of it.
Tell you what, he's up over his ski. Good.
James, roaming the quarter.
Well, here it comes. Oh, ran right over the top. All right, let's go to an interview with Nicola.
Hi guys, we've got, I had to rugby tackle her on the way past. This girl is a superstar, back-to-back US Open, slalom and jump. Regina, what can you say? That is unbelievable. You got to be buzzing right now.
Oh, I am. The crowd was so awesome. I ran 35 barely, and all I could see was the crowd and the lights, and it was just like, it was awesome. I just knew, okay, I just got to get 2, and I did. I just don't know what to say, and especially coming back and defending slalom.
Yeah, I mean, you won the World Championships out in China. You are becoming, one of the slalom skiers to beat. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's awesome. I had never pictured that I'd be up there with all the slalom skiers, and I tell you, it's like the thing to be.
I know, you got to get some bikinis going on there.
No, I got to be like Natalie with the little string bikinis, except I'm afraid I'll lose them.
No, fantastic job, Regina. Well done. Back next year, we hope.
Oh, I hope so. Disney's been fantastic, and like they say, it's a celebration.
Absolutely. We haven't seen Mickey yet, but we're looking for it. Also, you wanted to have a shout out to your sister.
Oh yeah, I know Renee somewhere out there in the crowd. I haven't seen her yet. I ran into my parents, but sis, thanks for coming out. I love you.
Thanks, Regina. Fantastic.
Well, it's official. Chris Parrish got 1 3/4 buoys at 41. So for anyone to beat him, they're going to have to get a full 2 or any part of 3. Who have we got out there now, Mike?
Wade Cox. Wade sucks. I'll tell you what. Wade's got the most experience in this whole field, and skiing at night, bumps, rolly. I'll bet you Wade's the most relaxed out of all these guys. And the way Wade stands on his ski allows him to deal with a lot of these things.
Yeah, definitely. He's got experience on his side. He's been in this position, more times than half this field combined. So, and plus, he's got the fountain of youth. I don't know what's happened to Coxie in the last 3 years, but he's whipped himself back into shape, and he's just killing it. You can see on this replay. I mean, this 13 meter doesn't get any better than that.
It was interesting. I was talking to Wade, and I go, Wade, you got a lot of stuff going on right now. He's now team manager. He's really involved with product development. He's really excited about. It's almost like you say, he's got a new breath.
Yeah, definitely. He's got a new lease on life. He's fitter than he's been in the last 5 years. He's on his mountain bike 3 hours a day, 4 or 5 times a week. He's loving the sport again.
He's on HO.
Yeah. And if you want to buy one of those HL Monzas, you can hit that buy now button. You can have one delivered real fast.
All right, here he is, 35 off. Oh, big. That's a patent Coxie heel side turn right there.
You know,
too easy.
You know, watching that, I've always said if you could have Wade's 2-4 and Rogers 1-3, you'd be hanging on the back of the boat making turns. So we got two interesting things going on here. We've got the best 2-ball in the business, and then the guy up after him has got the best 1-ball in the business. The lefty has the advantage. So, I mean, who's your call right here?
Well, it's almost impossible to bet against either, Wade Cox or Jeff Rogers. Both of them, any given weekend could win against any field. But, for Bowie course, you experience tells me, to give the nod to the lefty.
Yeah. I'm going with the old boy. Hey, we got Carl LaBerge watching. Carl LaBerge should be out here with these boys, doing a little bit of a hooking and diving. Carl, have you watched Carl ski?
I actually used to. I grew up skiing with Carl LaBerge, so
okay.
So yeah, I've seen Big Carl run
way up over the front on ball one.
Oh yeah. He toes on the nose. We used to say. Big Carl would be running 39 in conditions that most people wouldn't bother getting wet for. But let's see Coxie coming back in, 38 off.
Yeah, Thompson Air.
There it is. That's the side he needed. Or little slow on 2. He's getting late here, Mike.
On 3. Wasn't the 2-ball he was looking for. Knew it coming into 3 and stayed way back.
Yeah, he definitely played safe there, but it paid off.
Oh, he's got to be happy with that. I think he's gonna change this 2-ball at 39. I mean, he's gonna have to change his 2-ball at 39. He's not gonna get down through there. I know this crosswind. This is a type of crosswind. Wade's got a course that runs north-south. We get a lot of east-west winds here, so he deals with a lot of crosswinds. And one of his courses is real rolly. So if he gets a west wind, it's almost identical conditions as this. So he's familiar with these conditions.
Yeah, exactly. Wade's sitting down there right now thinking this is any given Thursday afternoon at his place. He's not one of the skiers who trains on a man-made site. He skis on a natural lake. Lots of rollers, and like you say, a predominant crosswind. So this is Coxie's arena right here.
Okay, we have a slalom legend coming up here. We need to know why. Get up here, MB. Everybody wants to know.
Let's watch Wade first, huh?
Wade coming back. He's going to need that big 2-ball. 2-ball at 38 wasn't so good. Oh, didn't keep the tip down on 1. Wade. Well, I think he was looking for a better start than that. Marcus, talk to us. Let's look at this.
Let's watch the replay.
Why does this tip come up here?
Well, I think you're going to see him be a little cautious. He's going to be tentative here and rotate for the handle. I don't know. His ski looked like it just wasn't coming through.
Yeah. Speaking of rotating for the handle, that rotate on 3-ball, you had to rewrite. What was that all about?
Well, the first time they didn't change the speed for me. I was at 34, like the women, and man, that was.
And you still didn't run it, Marcus?
Easy, Tara. Aren't you a wakeboarder now?
So the speed was off.
Yeah, speed was off. Kind of threw me off. I knew it was. That's kind of why I was hanging out there. Boat came back, and then for my 2 passes, I was so tentative because yesterday I went out hard out of the barrel and just was too hard. Right. I mean, that's where I fell yesterday. So bottom line was I backed off too much today, and
just wouldn't let your ski run out.
No, I don't know. I just felt like I went too easy.
What's it like out there?
It's pretty good,
yeah.
Considering. I mean, we invented board stock this year, and it was quite a bit worse than this. Even including the low light situation we have. These lights are phenomenal.
Yeah.
The helium balloon, it's a phenomenal setup, and these guys are giving you a show.
Yeah. Can you hear the crowd?
Let's watch what Jeff does. First
that legendary 1-ball we've been talking about.
Marcus, while we've got you here, we just got an email question in. They wanted to know about when to start using a wing on your fin at 36 miles an hour. And I know that you do a lot of coaching and a lot of fin setups, so I'd like to hear your take on that and see if you can help some guys out.
It kind of depends, Tara. As far as the wing goes, some people some people can't even tell it's on there. Other people, I know a guy from France used to run 39.5 off, 10.75 with no wing at 36. So it kind of depends. I feel like the wing's good for people, in the 22, 28 off range at 36 miles an hour because it keeps the tail of the ski in the water and it does provide some deceleration when you come into the buoy. So I don't know. I mean, that's a good question, but it just depends on, what the person's skiing, what their skill level is, and what their goals are. So.
Is there one degree that usually works best for? I know there's a lot of girls that run their fin or their wing at about 7 degrees. Is there like a general thing that most guys at 36 run it, or is it all over the board?
Like I said, I've seen one guy run without, but usually it's somewhere between 9 and 11 degrees. So it kind of depends on the skis. I'm on a smaller ski. You got somebody like Parrish who's on a bigger ski for his size. So.
Hey Marcus, check out Jeff's 2.4. He's turning 2.4 now.
It's 2.4. He is turning 2.4.
I mean,
that's a good one. A little slack at 2. He's got to turn this one. He's in it.
He's loving that 4 buoy course right now.
See, that's the advantage of a lefty, Mike, because you got 2 onside turns.
We were just talking about that. But then you got Wade, who's got that big 2.4. We're trying to figure it out. When you watch Parrish was doing a rounded turn, just staying on letting the line stay tight and just surviving 2.4.
That's the thing about Parrish. You watch Jeff drop his hip in right there, but with Parrish, he doesn't have to ski to as wide of a point with his body as a guy like me or Wade or Jamie because he's so much taller. Right. So he doesn't have to carry as much speed through the wakes to get out to the ball, so he can actually kill the speed sooner. And when he gets to the ball, by the time he gets there, he's ready to turn. He just rides the ski. He doesn't have to turn it, rotate, slide it, anything.
Are you feeling the speed? I mean, being dark.
I'm not feeling it too much. No, it feels like 36 miles an hour.
And you hear the crowd.
Oh yeah, you can hear the crowd. This is phenomenal. This is by far probably the coolest event we've had all year, maybe in a long time. This rivals Member right here.
This is good. Sully did good.
Yeah, Sully did a phenomenal job.
Okay, he's gonna need that. He's gonna need a better 2-ball than that last 2-ball.
Yeah, he's going to have to get a real good start here if he's going to get through this 38 off pass, Mike. There it is. That's the start.
1 ball.
This will be it.
Oh, he's lucky he's a lefty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
He's lucky lefty.
Yeah, he may have made a bit of money on that last heel side turn.
Yeah.
So he's going to be coming back in at 39, and the thing is now, we're only halfway through the field, but he has to run this.
Yeah. And another thing is, Willie's down there, and you got Jamie down there. So you got a righty and a lefty. Willie trains at school in Rolling Water.
Yeah.
When the water's high up in Lincoln, and where he lives in England, it's bumpy. So he could be, he could be a little bit more comfortable than the other guys.
That's awesome. Yeah, and the thing about a few people wondering about the 4-buoy course. Well, you can't set a world record here.
Yep.
You can't set a record that'll go on the world ranking list. But it's an even playing field. So we're still going to determine who's the best skier here tonight.
Yep. The buy now button. The buy now button. I wonder if people are hitting that buy now button a lot. I know they better be going to that GMC because we want to do this. This is awesome.
Yeah, you definitely got to hit on that GMC button and get registered. But here we go, 39 off, Jeff Rogers.
He's got the 1. Ooh, that ski started chattering on him there.
Yeah.
He had a good 1 ball.
Yeah, he did. He looked a little slow on his gate turn, and I think that
that got him over at 2 ball.
Yep, he paid for it too. Yep, yeah, definitely. But
yeah, it's it's the little stuff now that's going to get you. In calm water, he would have been fine.
He would have been fine. Yeah, in conditions like this, the small mistakes they're magnified. So while it looked like a pretty good start, just little lack of speed on his gate, he paid for it at 2 ball.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We got an interview coming up with John Dorton and Wade Cox. You can buy that ski, hit that buy now button, and do it. And Wade's got his boss over there.
Hey, I'm John Dorton, President and CEO of Mastercraft Boat Company. I'm here with one of our favorite sons, Wade Cox, been skiing for us for a long time. Wade, great performance out there. You're out in front of a huge crowd at Disney World. Tell me what that was like.
Oh, John, this is just so exciting.
you really feel the energy, especially on that end down there when you pull out at the gates. People are screaming. You're 10 feet off the shore, and it's lights are. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
Well, you know what? Not the best conditions out there, but I tell you what, bringing the sport to people that don't normally get a chance to come see you guys out there and compete. I mean, you're down here with, Mickey Goofy and the boys. The world comes to Disney, and we just thought, the world needs to see you guys get out there and perform. So I'm glad you had a good night.
Yeah, this is cool. I hope you come back here and do this again under the lights again. This is really something special.
Well, Mastercraft's just proud to be a part of this event. We've been working real hard on taking the events to big places. You skied it out at New York last year. We're at Flushing Meadows out there, just outside the Big Apple, and then back down here. So, what do you think about this new generation of skiing? You've been around, you've seen the Pro Tour, you've seen the old hot summer nights days and so forth. So you've really seen it grow, and it's kind of it's a air of new excitement, huh?
Yeah. Well, the one thing that's never changing is the energy, and the young guys get better, and us old guys got to keep getting better too. They push the level up, and lucky some of it can still follow.
Well, I've seen you ski. You're doing just fine. Wade hangs in there. He's in great shape, and it's just been just awesome to get all these athletes together. And let's go back to some live skiing.
Okay, we got Willie out there just getting a feel of the lake, checking out the bumps where they're at. We got some real bright lights here. I wonder how much glow that's putting out there for them. I know from where we're sitting, I can see some glare, but they're running at a different angle from where we are.
Yeah, they're lower to the water, so it might not be as bad out there. Watching Parrish run into 41, maybe it's not as bad as it looks, but we're gonna see Willie coming back in here 35 off, so it's still gonna be pretty much a warm up for him.
How do you like that new one-hander, the modified one-hander?
Yeah, Will throwing up the hybrid one-handed gate. It's out of necessity, really. There's just not a lot of setup room here.
Yeah, that didn't look like too bad of a pass. Yeah, I wonder how the guys are doing up there in Lincoln if they stayed up to watch this. He trains at the Hazelwood Center up there. His uncle is Mike Hazelwood, a world champion, and Mike's sister is his mother.
Yep.
And from the area where he comes from, Lincoln, his grandfather built a lake up there and has this beautiful place set up. And there's so many young skiers that have come out. Actually, the junior world overall champion is out of there. Alex Anthony. Chris Sumner on the British team, one of the top trick skiers. He's out of there. Will's brother, Tom, one of the top overall skiers in the world. He's out of there. So a lot of champions have come out of there. Good bloodlines up there.
That's exactly. It's a hot ground of talented athletes, and I'm sure they're up watching and cheering on Willie. While we wait for him to come in at 38, we got another web question. Someone asking about the condition of my ankle. I'm not sure who that was, but
your doctor.
Your doctor. Yeah, it might have been my surgeon, but yeah, safe to say it'll be fine in 2 weeks. Here comes Willie though, back in at 38 off. He ran through this pretty easy yesterday, so we'll have a look.
Oh, that's a tube all you read about. Whoa! It must be real bumpy down there because these guys got a little bit of room at four ball, and they're struggling to get out the gates.
Yeah, Will came off at 30. He really wasn't late, but the rollers he's encountering at four ball the same. We've seen everyone take a big hit at four ball at that end, and there must be a nasty set coming off the bank there.
CP's looking pretty good right now.
Parrish is probably feeling pretty darn good right now. Yeah,
he's looking pretty good right now.
Oh, we just got new updated scores for the men's trick event, and we have a new winner. Russell Gay is no longer the winner. His score got adjusted to 97.40, and Jarrett Llewellyn is the new winner of the U.S. Open. He has a score of 10-1-10.
Little Louie stepping it up.
Yeah, so the new podium standing is Jarrett, and then Russell, Corey, Sergio, Ryan, and Jimmy. So congratulations to Jarrett Llewellyn, and I'm really not sure what happened with Russell's score, but he lost 1,500 points there.
Man, was that bumpy at four ball. And he got a good pull. He got a good pull out of three.
Yeah, he really wasn't in that bad a shape, but It's just amazing for him to stand up through those rollers.
You know what could be happening too is when the boat's getting those cross rollers, it actually steers and puts it on a little like chine lock type looking thing, and it will move the boat over. So maybe they're relaxing and they're getting jacked from the pole.
It could be, but here he is coming back in 39 off. He needs to run this pass, Mike.
Not bad out of one. Ooh, bumpy on 2-ball. Come on, Willie. Oh, he had some whip going into 3-ball.
Yeah, no, that wasn't going to happen after 2-ball, but I mean that's a big score. You know, the conditions are tough. Willie's going to be disappointed because he pushes himself pretty hard, but that's a big score in these conditions.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting with a lefty coming up here.
Yeah, so Parrish score still in the lead. He was one of the first ones out and the only one to make it through 39.
Yeah.
No, Jamie skis good in rough stuff though. You know,
I've actually seen some video of him training up in New Hampshire on like just a normal lake, a public lake, and it wasn't calm. Here goes Willie. Let's see what's going on here. He gave up the modified one-hander there, dropped in.
I've always been impressed with how well he gets that ski turned and at such high speeds. I mean, he carries more speed across the course than most of the guys.
The one ball didn't look like it was that bad, but he got thrown out in not too good a shape out to 2. He was just really narrowing fast and whipping up on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy with that.
Yeah, it was interesting. You know, I'm not really sure why he changed his gate approach on that pass. He'd been doing the one-handed gate. He did it every pass yesterday. He must have been feeling something. Maybe his pullout, he didn't have as much speed. There was something that kept him on the line.
I don't know. I mean, Will's a real, he's a real technical type of a skier. He really understands a lot of the stuff that's going on. We did a thing. I was working with the British team and helping some of the guys out. We were counting frames of when he releases and glides for his gate turn-in. You know, like when he runs 41 easy, he glides like 17 frames. And when he runs 2s and 3s, he's running a longer glide, running out of speed, a whole bunch of different issues. But that's how detailed he gets into his stuff. So there was obviously something he wasn't liking with his one-handed gate.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling something. But here, if you want to look at a one-handed gate, there's no better one to look at than Jamie Bouchane. Oh, that looks great. Yeah. Looks comfortable. Some of the guys were talking yesterday, Bouchane being a snow skier and being especially good in the bumps, that he's kind of, he's at home out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and if you notice, he's running a totally different line than everybody else. So he's going to be seeing the course from a different angle, which means that his ski is going to be running through the rollers at a different angle, too.
Yeah, definitely. He skis faster, and you'll notice a lot lighter on the line than a lot of the other skiers. He's not going to have as big a speed swing. He might not hit a higher speed than anyone, but the speed swing from when he's at his fastest to when he's at his slowest is going to be a lot less than other people. So that that more constant speed through the course, he might feel a little more at home in the adverse conditions.
Yeah. And it's interesting that you say that snow skiing thing with the bumps. I mean, they deal with it. Also running different edge angles on icy conditions through bumpy stuff. So maybe he has that different feel than a lot of the other guys do have.
Yeah, definitely. And Jamie's a lot like Will in that he doesn't leave anything to chance. He's out here pacing the course, checking out all the conditions. He's not just going out there and winging it. He's got a game plan, and he's going to make the changes that he thinks he needs to make.
Right. Yeah. He's coming in on it pretty good there.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were watching what was going on at that 4-ball. When they come back in at 1-ball, everything's looking okay. So I wonder. I mean, something's funky going on down there.
Yeah, it's funny. I think it might be just because the lake's so tight. The boat has to make that sharp left. After the skier goes out the gates, and it might just be that set of rollers. Coming back, and it's just timed. On the way back. Because you're right. 1-ball's been looking pretty good from that end.
Taylor, let's tell these people how to vote for get some of these skiers a nice little vacation.
Yeah, I'm ready to see those polls change up a little bit. We should, let's see. I mean, so far Jamie Bouchane's had definitely the tightest line running through the course, and we had some pretty good flips and tricks. I want we could change it up, see who could vote for. Hopefully there won't be any crashes, but your favorite jumper, your favorite style, get it changed up and get these guys a free cruise from Disney Cruise Line.
Jamie's got to pick up some points here, some votes with it, just rocking the one-handed gate, running some fast lines, nice and early, But then we have, we had Jeff Rogers cranking his 135. So maybe some of these power voters are gonna like, old school cranks.
And we just got another question. How much of an effect is the dark to the skiers, and do the buoys have some kind of glow stick? Well, I don't think that the buoys have a glow stick, but they do have a kind of like fluorescent paint on them, and there's also a lot of lights out here that are helping them out. Oh man,
Nice 38 there. I was dealing with it. Yeah, the buoys, that's an interesting point. Sully found some paints.
Some fluorescent paint,
that
right?
showed up better with the lights.
Yeah, I think that the dark really, it makes him feel faster, but it's not hurting Jamie one bit.
Yeah, it's the depth perception. It becomes an issue, but I'm sure these guys have been practicing a bit with it.
Where's Jamie training now?
I think, wasn't he up at Trophy Lakes or somewhere? Yep. Yeah, he was up there.
He's been there, so.
Skiing in really calm water.
But he's got a big following. I want to see him vote, get him a free cruise. Jamie could use a cruise.
Yeah.
And, Jamie skis for Conley. And so all those fans of Jamie's need to get on and hit that buy it now. But
all those Connolly fans.
All those Connolly fans.
And buy a new stick.
Yeah.
With the old 7.
As long as skiing a cruise. No, but Jamie has really made a name for himself these last few years, winning lots of events, and he kind of came out of nowhere. He was, he was snow skiing and just really doing his own thing, kind of a rambling man, and he's become so consistent.
Oh! Come on! You got a good bite on 2-ball. Oh! CP! CP!
Oh my God!
Going to the bank on Monday. Attaboy.
Wow.
Nice little body slide. That's got to get some votes.
Up from that. Yeah, that should get
the body slide's got to get some. Here we go. The body slide's getting a few votes. Let's see that. He's been pulling the body slide out a lot this year.
Yeah, he has. He drops that hip in solo, but the ski really didn't come around as quickly as he'd have wanted.
Oh, that wasn't a 2-ball I was looking for.
Oh man, I want to see this body slide.
Throwing it out there. Where is he? There he is.
And
back
up again.
That gets my vote so far.
So Mike would vote for Jamie, but I just got an updated polls, and Danielle has taken the lead. So all her fans in Louisiana, they stepped up to the plate. Kyle is behind her, and Regina is she's a ways behind, but now Danielle and Kyle are kind of battling it out. But what about the other jumpers? People love the jump. It's fast. They go far. They wreck hard. I want to see a jumper move up the lines in that pole.
I think Chris is feeling pretty happy right now. He's walking down the bank.
He should be.
That takes a lot of weight over. I mean, he was getting trashed for making the change, and he felt comfortable with the move, and I guess he made the right move.
Yeah, this must just feel incredible for him. He's been called everything. He's been called a sellout. He's switching training partners and switching techniques, but now we can call him the U.S. Open champion.
Yeah, I think you can say he took the boys to school. It wasn't a close one. Normally these things are won by a quarter or a half. He showed the boys what it's all about.
Yeah, he posted a score almost a full pass ahead of the next competitor.
Local boy too.
There you go. Yeah, he should be getting some love for getting him that cruise now for sure.
Attaboy, CP. Taking him to school today. I'm happy for him. I'm real happy for him. I know he's been dealing with all that stuff going on.
Yeah, and just like in any sport, sometimes you have to take a step backwards in order to take 2 forward, and he didn't panic. He started the year with some poor performances, but he just kept to his game plan, and it paid off today.
And skiing with strategy. I mean, 38, he wasn't jumping on things. Then he comes back at 39 and cranks 1-ball. Yeah. So, ski change, one-handed gait, and it's going to take him some time.
Yeah, it definitely going to take some time. The beginning of the season, a lot of the other guys were like, man, this could be a year for some of us to move up, but Parrish is back in top form.
Yeah. It's going to be nice to see what goes on from here. I'm sure the ski world's happy for him right now.
Yeah, for sure. And making use of that new three-quarter buoy rule.
Well, it's not bad too. We got Nick Lowe with Willie.
Hey guys, we have Willie Asher here. Willie, absolute stellar performance out there. How do you feel?
I feel unreal. We're out here at Disney. The crowd's
crowd's going off. I mean, Chris Parrish just ripped it up. He just won the title. I took third. Pretty stoked with that. I mean, this is unreal. I don't know how many people were down there and had a chance to walk down there in like 20 minutes.
It's quite crazy. I mean, the vibe, you can feel it when you guys are out in the water. There's goosebumps in the crowd.
Yeah, I've been pacing around, and just to be around those kind of people and that kind of vibe this is unreal. I want to thank all the sponsors we have here. We have the Mastercraft, the title sponsor. We have Inmar and a bunch of the guys that are just coming together. You know, I push all the guys to go out online and bid to win one of these HO skis.
That's right, Willie's on the HO, and that's one of the Shoppers Paradise's buttons. You can press a button and you can buy now this HO ski. Willie doesn't come with the ski, unfortunately, girls.
Unless free and single.
Well, he is single right now. But anyway, no, you can go online. Apparently he doesn't have out his bag. We could show you nicely. But HO Skis, one of the sponsors here. Buy now. Go buy one of those lovely skis. Willie, I mean, are you a little disappointed not to come in first?
Of course, but you know, I'm just happy to be part of the six that's involved in this amazing event we have here tonight.
That's right. I mean, it was there was a cut down at HQ, and that was a pretty tough cut down to actually get here. You had to run 39 and get into 41 just to be here. One of the lucky six who ski here at Disney.
Yeah, it's unreal. The caliber of water skiers we have out there right now is unreal. I'm just blessed to be here, and I'm thank my family and my friends, all my college buddies in Lafayette, Louisiana, and it's unreal.
Are they going to be watching right now?
I don't know. They'll be watching in the bar. I'm not quite sure which of one of the two anyway.
No, that's awesome. Fantastic job. Willie, next year.
Next year. I'll be back.
You're on it. Okay, of course. HO, you can go buy now. There's lots of other things online. You can go buy ropes, handles, all sorts of good stuff. Thanks, Willie.
Thanks, Nick.
Well, we really want to thank Disney World Corporate for putting on this amazing event and for offering a cruise. I want to see some votes for Chris Parrish. I mean, for pulling out a performance like that, especially with the pressure you guys have been saying that he's been under, and just, I mean, that's a big win for him. That's awesome. So get some votes, get Chris a cruise, and while you're at it, hit that buy now button. Get some Conley skis, get some HO skis, get a Masterline rope, get an OJ prop. I mean, that's tune up your equipment. If you want to ski like these pros, tune up your equipment.
We want to also thank Surf Expo for being a big part of this. Disney Cruise Lines, GMC Vehicles.
Oh yeah, go to GMC. Let them know how much you love this event.
You look good over there. Parrish has got the big smile going on. Here you go, Nick.
Chris, awesome performance out there. You've got to be totally stoked with that.
I am. That's a huge win. I needed that. I haven't won a major this year, and here it is. And I kind of got in that zone today, and I was feeling good, and it went down.
I saw you pacing around, and I had this inkling that you were definitely in the zone. You had the look of fire in your eyes out there.
Yeah, I just showed up today, just very focused, and I got all my stuff together, and I was just, like I said, I kind of had the vibes of having a good day today, and it all went well.
No, I mean, totally. You had that look in your eye. And, of course, you're riding the HO, and you can go buy now as well. Chris, is there anything you want to tell us about this ski?
Yeah, this is the 2007. The graphics, they don't have the ink in there, so you can't all see all the colors. This is the 07 Monza that I'm riding. It's a 69.5.
It's definitely working for you.
Yeah, it's working. I've had it since London, and I need a bigger ski. I'm a big guy, but my onside turn is better than it's ever been, and I'm just loving it.
I mean, out here, you can feel the vibe out here. The crowd, I mean, it is getting bigger by the minute. There's so many people out here. You know, goosebumps when you guys go out there. Yeah. I mean, slalom is one of the. I mean, really, it's a cutthroat final out there.
Oh, it is so intense out there, and watching is the hardest part. But when I came in, I was like high-fiving everybody. It was like being a rock star. It was awesome.
You are the quintessential rock star out there. Nick. Totally, huh?
Thanks, Chris. Thanks a lot.
Loved it.
Well, he feels me, yes, he thrills me. My baby got me hypnotized.
Scotty. We got Scott Ellis back, the Rocket Man. We got Tara Benzel here. We're getting into the men's jump final. This is what all those guys over there have been waiting for. Under the lights. Scary.
Absolutely. Those 6 guys in the dock right now, their hearts are pounding. I got to talk to a couple of them a little while ago, and they're getting geared up. But you can see the glass in their eye, and they're getting concentrated, but they're also a little bit nervous.
I mean, if you think about it, condition-wise, this is exactly what you don't want. You don't want it dark. You don't want it tailwind.
And you don't want it
rolly.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but for the big money, you got to go for it.
Absolutely.
So this is going to be interesting.
This guy's going to go. This is Kiwi's first jump, and he's going to set the pace for the whole night right here. All right, and that was a good jump. That was good.
He took a good look at that one.
Yeah, the crowd got into it, woke him up a little bit. So we're off and kicking at a good pace.
Okay, give me a call. What's it going to take
to win? If it stays like this, it doesn't get too windy and not too any kind of weird rollers kicking around, I bet it's going to be about 210.
Yeah. I'm going to go 210's a big jump. I think it's going to go a little bit more. What do you think, Tara?
Yeah, I'm betting 220. This crowd, they're amped up, and everyone is got their adrenaline going. Yeah, it's dark, and the wind isn't exactly what they'd want, but they want to put on a show. And you know Freddie behind his Nightmare Mastercraft boat with that massive, awesome Inmar engine. He's going to be pushing it, and Jarrett's not going to let him do anything less.
184, 56 meters. Not a bad opener.
No, not at all. Not a bad opening jump at all.
Kyle Eid.
You know, we've got Kyle Eid on the water, but he was not supposed to be the first jumper out. Jimmy Seamers was, and he took a bit of a spill yesterday on his first jump. Didn't finish out his set, and apparently is not jumping today.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's we got the top guys here. I think it's gonna. I know Little Louie will take a poke at it. Jarrett Llewellyn's not scared. Freddie's. Freddie's. Those guys have their own little battle going on. Well, I mean, like going out early seed in these conditions. What would your strategy be?
I would have taken to me, the first guy off the dock, his first jump, he's going to have the best conditions of anybody on the dock. And I would put all my money on that jump. I would do everything I could, concentrate, find the place that I want, and make that jump count better than any.
That's a good point. I mean, it's a big bathtub. It's going to start rolling up.
And the more we get into the event, the top 2 or 3 guys, they're going to have a little bit more challenge. They're going to have more rollers.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
Nicola Fisher here live.
Who do we have up second?
Well, we just got just a little bit of delay. I think the water. There's a water pump that pumps water down the surface of the ramp, and there's some wax on there. It makes the wax really hard, so it makes it fast. Well, Kiwi's looks like we got the water back on, so Kiwi's back on, coming in for jump number 2, and let's see if he can get out there over 200 feet.
Oh,
pass.
I think that was a good decision.
He's carrying lots of speed. You can see how far he went past the ramp after he's let go. So he's carrying lots of speed. Yeah. He just needs to get that kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see him hop off over the corner? I mean, if he'd have hung on to that would have been Kiwi all over the side curtain.
I want to see Fitzy.
I do too.
Fitzy could be the crowd pleaser today, kids.
Oh, he's gonna, and he won the London night jump, so
yeah.
I don't know if he ever adapts, but he goes for it no matter what. So
that's what this is a huge crowd. This is awesome.
This is great. And we got the air horns out, and
we got the Kiwis down there pumping them up down on the dock. So it's gonna be. They got some concerts going on tonight. They got Flogging Molly, Hank Williams III at the House of Blues.
Oh, that's all going on tonight.
Yeah, the party's just going to start.
So everybody that's watching online, go to the GMC button, click it, fill out the form.
We want to do this again.
We want to do this some more. Yeah. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah, give support to these companies that are supporting us. Mastercraft, HO, Conley, OJ Props, Masterline, all these companies are putting money into this event so that we can hold such a wonderful thing at Disney and get that cruise. Vote for some jumpers. These guys are putting it on the line. They deserve a relaxing cruise. Get a spa treatment and then go party. Go to the Bahamas.
We were talking the other day, and we were talking about extreme sports, and this is an extreme sport. And jumping at night, it's nuts.
gosh.
I mean, seriously, something's wrong with these guys. I mean, you just can't. You got to have a different outlook towards. I mean, and Freddie talks about it too. And Freddie goes, I'm more willing to put it on the line than the other guys.
Yeah.
Him and Jared, they say they're more willing
What
to put
a
it on the
setup.
line. I think the next guy's, he's pretty willing to put it on the line too. So let's see what Kiwi's got going on here. I think they're still having a little trouble with the water on the ramp.
Yeah, they're stopped.
How can they even see the water on the ramp? I don't even be able to see it. What is that balloon attached to?
I think it's like a pontoon boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the wind is almost gone now. So I mean, it's not that
good,
bad.
so they won't be
They're basically in the dark until they get down by the jump.
So that balloon is just there to light up the ramp.
Yeah, their depth perception is totally messed up from coming out of that dark into the light. It's just it's just totally messed up. They're going from fast to slow to bright lights, 6-foot ramp with that big Inmar engine pushing them into the bottom. Just better hang on.
Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be Kiwi's second jump or his third jump officially, but he's cutting to the ramp. He's carrying tons of speed. Oh! And that
doesn't
what we
feel
want to
good.
see. See if he waves his hand to see if he's okay. He's
he's
waving
okay.
a hand. He's pulling his skis off. So
that's a high-speed spank.
That's exactly right. And that doesn't feel good going in like that. Your skis catch that water and they slap down and you hyperextend your ankles. And I guarantee you his ankles are going to be nice and swollen.
Yeah, that doesn't feel too good. I know the boys in Jersey doing the combos are probably liking this right now. We've got some crazy guys up there that are letting us know that they're watching. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. What is how much time do they have to get back?
Ooh, look at that replay. It looked like he almost pulled it out. If he has, I don't think he has another jump. I think that was his third one, and he's got like a 194 on the board. Oh, look at that.
He was going for the backflip.
Yeah, he was. If his equipment did break, he's got 3 minutes to fix it if he had one more jump.
Yeah.
3 minutes. And
Yeah.
they time you. They get that stopwatch out. Do the countdown.
That's the high-speed spank. Yeah,
No
like you're
kidding.
saying,
Look
that
at his
hyperextended
ankles.
knees, ankles, everything's going on.
Yeah, you can see in that replay where I'm talking about the skis smacking the water going down. And I tell you, nothing feels good for him right now. He's going to be sore. Well, it looks like they're going to check maybe the water is off on the ramp.
So he's just sitting back, feeling the rollers and the speed.
I think he carried in a whole lot of speed, and with that ramp coming up, being so bright out of that darkness that you talked about, it just sat him back in his heels. He pulled that handle up high. You can see right here. You can see it's up near his shoulders, and it just rocks you straight backwards.
What are you thinking right about that point? Just stay on it? Stay on the handle?
What I think, if I'm going out the back, I want to try and get my skis back underneath me. I would rather land on my skis and my butt rather than flat on the back of my head.
So he's just using his arm.
Yep, you hang under the handle, you keep fighting, you're almost trying to do a sit-up in the air, get those, and he gets his skis back down first. And even though your ankles are going to take the blunt of the treatment, at least you're not hitting head first and risking getting knocked out.
Sounds like you've been there a few times.
I've been there. I actually did that like 2 weeks ago at the England Night Jump. Exact same thing.
Bumpy water,
night. I come in there with tons of speed, pick the handle up, and next thing I knew, I was looking through my skis, but I was seeing clouds instead of water.
I wonder if the boys at Liquid Leisure and are watching and having a few pints.
I'm sure they are. They put on a great event there a couple weeks ago, Danny and Stuart, and now we're trying to do it here in America. It's taking us a while to get any kind of night jump here in America, but we finally got one, and it's looking good so far.
Yeah, we really have to thank the sponsors because without them, this isn't going to happen. We got Mastercraft Boats who really step up to the plate. We got Inmar. I mean, we got some really cool stuff. I mean, it's being webcasted by webcast-tv.com. You can buy now. I mean, think of that. You're watching these guys ski. You see these awesome, performances on these, Connolly skis. The HO ski one, Chris Parrish won on a Monza. You can buy it. Go ahead and hit that button and buy it. And the other thing is, it's really cool. You can send a guy on a trip. All you have to do is vote for these guys, and they go on a trip. So
he deserves a trip right now.
Well, maybe that's why he was getting all the votes. Maybe somebody knew something.
Maybe somebody knew. Or, we started saying, vote for some other people. He's so far ahead in the polls, and I'm like, all right, we got to vote for Kyle Ead because he is going to need a cruise and a spa treatment to nurse him back from that.
Yeah, you guys are going to like Fitzy. Maybe you can tell him a little bit about Fitzy.
This is the guy I'm waiting for right here. This is the guy I want to win. He gives 110%. He will wait later than anybody. He gets real low and compact when he's edging into the water. He'll carry tons of speed, and we were talking about earlier how you don't really want your skis to chatter, but he puts so much force and load on them that they're going to shake. And hopefully he gets his legs and flies a long way, but if anything, he's going to give us a really good show.
Yeah, no doubt a good show. He runs the boat narrower than any of the other jumpers, and he's been doing that for a few years. And I was going to ask you if there's a reason why why people aren't copying him, but I guess you see the crashes he takes, and it kind of lets you know.
The idea is you want the boat further ahead of you when you leave the ramp so you can get more pull from the boat.
So you can be later
So
on
you
the
can
ramp.
be later. But the bad part of it is your window of opportunity shrinks down to almost nothing, to where you have to be absolutely perfect to get it.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys, we just don't want to do that. We don't want to be that perfect. You got to have a little bit of error margin.
A little margin of error.
Yeah, exactly.
So that if you're not quite on target, that you don't wreck every single time.
I don't like landing on my head.
No,
I'll tell you that. But here comes Fitzy on his first jump. He's got a good turn. Looks like he's carrying tons of speed. Oh!
Beautiful.
Now that is a big jump.
Yeah.
Good job,
and
Fitzy.
And the crowd loves it. Look at Yeah. Man, he's dialed in, and it was smart to put it out on the first one because rollers are going to get worse for his next couple.
He saw that little delay that we had with Kiwi. He saw the water flattening out, and like I said, that first jump, that counts for everything. So my prediction of 211 might have just gotten beat on that. That looked like a really big jump.
Oh, I just heard the distance of 199.
199. It looked a little bit bigger than that.
It did look bigger.
But still, that's a good jump.
Do you still train with Fitzy?
Yep, Fitzy and I, we still train together. We still compete together, and it's good. It's good to ski with somebody like that has that much intensity because it just helps me not get lazy in practice. So
definitely
it's
push
good.
each other.
Absolutely. Well, that 199 is the longest jump of the tournament so far. So I think Fitzy's got a lot more in him. And like I said, it's going to take something over 210 to win.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about some of the jumpers coming up, like different styles of jumping. We got Jarrett, who's really a load-based type jumper, really digging into the bottom. We have Freddie that runs more of an arc. Jarrett gets off the handle early off the top because he has to. Freddie takes more of a whip and finishes his arc a lot higher. In conditions like this, is there one that's better than the other?
I would go with Jarrett's style being better. Only because Fitzy's. He's not holding back out there. I don't think it's rolly for him at all. I like Jarrett's style when it comes to rollers and stuff because you want to keep that line super tight. And when you have the line tight, your skis stay still. And with Jarrett's style, he does that really good. And it looks like he never hits any rollers, even though they're out there. He always pushes right through them, and he always jumps good in rolly conditions.
You really see that when he's going through the wakes too.
Absolutely.
He's just able to deal with it because of that load. But then Freddie is taking more of a whip, and he's landing off the second wake and jumping. If you land on a roller,
you're done.
Because
you want to load on your right ski, and if you come off like you said and you land on a roller and you stumble, the only way to catch your balance is to put your other foot down. When you put your left foot down, you transfer your weight from the right ski to your left ski, and then if you do decide to take it, most likely you're going to crash.
Yeah. So the rolly water as far as a load-based jumper, and especially someone who stands over his ski like Jarrett. But then we got Ryan Dodd, who's probably one of the strongest of all the jumpers. The kid's fit.
Yeah.
He's been coached so much by Jarrett. Jarrett was his idol growing up. He always wanted to jump like Jarrett.
I think they look
so
just
now
like
we got Jarrett, a smaller guy, who's running with faster skis through the turn. We got Ryan, who's a little bit heavier, load-based jumper, a little bit stronger. This rolling water, might even out the playing field a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. And it's hard catching that long arc. And in ideal conditions, I think it's really good. And when you're spot on, you can go really far. But in challenging conditions, it can become even more challenging.
I'll tell you what, the wind's almost done. I mean, it's pretty calm. But in some ways, that's not a good thing because you see the rollers and feel the rollers. So, would you rather jump with rollers or a tailwind? Neither.
Neither. But, Fitzy has really put it out there and set a mark that Jarrett and Ryan are going to have to chase. They were 1 and 2 yesterday. Oh, man, he's solid. 3 jumps in a row.
Fitzy's not scared.
No.
That's a decent little jump.
It was.
That's going to give the boy something to go for.
Yeah, Fitzy's had the best season I think he's had ever. Like, I've never seen him so consistent, and all 3 of these jumps proved it right there. And you can see he's out in front of the boat. That means he carried speed off of the ramp, and I think that's going to be over 200 feet. That's going to break that 199 barrier.
198.
Wow, that's they sure they seem a lot further than what it is. I don't know if it's just because of where we're sitting, or if it's because it's so dark we can't see good either.
It is pretty dark out here.
I'll tell you what's weird, and you can't really see it on the TV screens, but you can see it here live. The buoy that's out there that's lighting up the sky for the jumpers, it's actually, because of the wind, it's shaking back and forth. And I can't see the approach, like the surface of the ramp, but that's got to visually
the light
look
moving
weird.
back and forth.
Ramp goes dark,
That's
ramp
gotta
goes
screw
light,
you.
and that could have been maybe one of Kiwi's problems. Maybe it casted a shadow on the part where he was going to go up the ramp, and it kind of freaked him out a little bit, and he sat back.
I'll tell you what, 70 mile an hour at night, it's got to feel fast.
Absolutely. It feels fast when you're sitting in a car eating a burrito. So I don't want to be on a pair of skis and at nighttime.
Here we got Freddie behind his boat, about 3 miles from his house.
That's right.
Actually, I've been at Freddie's place, and you can hear the stuff going on at Disney.
Yeah, you can. You
It's
can hear
that close. Freddie
you
just
can hear
lives down the
everything.
road.
So this is, if this is going to be a home site to anybody, this would be Freddie. It's his boat, his town.
And I'm sure he's not happy being seated where he's seated.
No, he likes to be last. He always likes to be seated last, so he knows exactly what he has to do. I think he has an idea of what he has to do, but he's not going to know exactly. So really watch this first jump. He really gets everything dialed in soon. He gets a lot of explosion off the ramp, lots of kicks. So I think this might be our first 200-foot jumper.
It's looking like the delay between jumpers is just about enough to let stuff settle.
Yeah.
So you might be using your theory and just let it go in the first one.
Yeah. And one of the jumpers that's really good at that is Jarrett. I would say 99% of the time when he wins, it's from his first jump. So he'll be interesting to watch too.
I was watching him get ready. He looks pretty serious today, so it's going to be interesting. Freddie was real quiet today. Quiet.
He's a little quieter today. Well, here we go. Jump number 1 for Freddie. He's making his turn. He's approaching to the ramp. He's carrying a lot of speed.
Oh, yeah.
That kick.
Oh, yeah.
Missed his kick a little bit. You can see that little bit of frustration. He slapped his leg, but I'm not sure that might have beat Fitzy, but it should be in the 90s.
You know, talking about that different style, you can really see it there. We got Nicola with Kiwi.
But look at the replay.
He's just too early. Watch how early he puts his left ski down. See how he's down already?
Pass it over.
Hi, we've got Kyle Ian here, one of our international competitors. Kyle, you took a bit of a spill out there. You okay?
Yeah, fine, thanks, Nicola. I was pretty happy with the first jump, got one over, got one safe, got a score on the board, but I knew to beat these guys to come. They had to cut late and go for it. And
You definitely had a dig out there. I mean, the vibe out here, everybody's just, the crowds, everything, it must pep you up just before you go out there.
Oh, definitely, yeah, the crowd's great, they're cheering you on. We got this live webcast going, got some people back home in New Zealand and then also up in Canada cheering me along. So thanks, guys, and put it out there for you.
Anybody in particular you want to say hello to?
Parents back home and my wife's parents up in Canada.
Fantastic. Thanks, Kiwi. Hope you feel better. Go have a drink and take some Advil.
Thanks.
All right, well, we're back. Here comes Freddie's first jump was 197 feet. It was it's a good far jump. It hasn't taken over the lead yet, but here he comes, jump number 2.
You really notice the difference in the width that he has compared to
Absolutely.
Ryan.
Here he comes, jump number. I don't know. He's still missing a little bit of the ingredient to going over 200 feet. He seems to carry in the speed and stuff, but I know that Freddie just doesn't like jumping at night, and his whole jump style is based off 100% of timing, where the boat is up on the ramp, where he loads the line, and his approach into the ramp. And if he's off just a little bit, it knocks off 15, 20 feet.
Loading the line, I think, is the key. And like you were talking about his left ski, it's tough to load your ski when load the line when you're putting your left ski down.
Yeah.
So those were the issues that we brought up earlier with Ryan Dodd as a load-based and Jarrett Llewellyn as load-based. I mean, the two top seeds too.
And you're gonna watch. Normally, Freddie keeps that left ski up all the way into the ramp and then sets it down, which creates more speed. He's having to put that left ski down earlier because of the rollers. He's losing his balance. That's why he's not getting his lift. And he's still under 200 feet. That last jump was 199 feet.
The other thing that's starting to happen is by putting that left ski down, he's losing his direction. So he's losing his load that way, and that's why he's not. I think he's got a little tailwind, but he's not getting his lift because he's not keeping his direction. So he's got those issues that he's going to have to deal with on his third jump. This could be interesting because I know he wants to win this thing. He knows he's got a couple of big guns behind him.
He's doing something down there because they've stopped the boat. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but his second jump was 197 minute correction. So Fitzy still has that lead of 199 feet. But here he goes. I can just barely see him down out the end of the lake. The boat's taking off. He's making that turn, coming back into the course.
What do you think the correction's going to be?
I think he needs to be later. Honestly, I think he's too early, and that's why he's putting that left ski down. I think he just needs to be a little bit later and keep that pressure on that right ski.
Bring it down on the 6?
Bring it down to 6. That tailwind seems like it's dropped off, like it's just barely blowing. That big light ball up there is not waving around as much as it was. So here he goes, his jump number 3. He's got his turn down. Everything looks good. Oh, he's going to kick that one.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big jump there. There's that
turn. Jarrett was watching that, I bet.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There's your 215.
That was a big jump.
We got a little bet going on up here.
Yeah.
Tara's going 220. Scotty's got 210.
Yeah.
And I split the difference.
Yeah, 215. So we'll see. That was a big jump there. That was definitely over 200 feet.
That was a good jump. Let's see what he's doing out here. Well, we'll know if his left ski's down, staying up. Yeah. He went later. 208. Let's take a look at this into the bottom. Yeah, he's working. He still put it down.
Still put it down, but I think he's a little bit later, which made him drive in, which kept more pressure on that right ski. So, and they just announced that he went 208 feet.
That little extra line load got him up.
That little bit of line load kept his balance, kept his strength, and because of those two factors, he got all of his lift. And when you get your lift, you go far.
Now you're going to see something real interesting. This is a strong Jarrett Llewellyn. We got Nicola with Russell Gay, trick specialist and also owner of Masterline.
Hi, here we have Russell Gay, one of our key sponsors here with Masterline, one of our Buy Now buttons. Russell, tell us a little bit about your product.
Well, we're the official rope of the U.S. Open this year. We're pulling, it's the Perfect Pass Switch mainline is the official rope of the slalom, and our jump mainline is pulling the jump event right now. And Freddie Krueger is a Masterline sponsored athlete that just skied, and he's been a big help in designing all of the jump products that we sell, the jump slings, the 3 event bags, the jump ropes, the jump handles. We have the Krueger series, and all that stuff you can go to and purchase on the Buy Now section.
That's right. I know you have the jump lines with the Spectra, and you can custom order your handles for the right diameter. I know myself as a girl, I have the slimmest one that you make. It's fantastic. We love it. And also, each hand size, you can actually get a custom-made Masterline handle.
Yeah, the custom series is great. We go from .888 for really small hands all the way up to the 1.125 for the bigger hand. And also the warm water, it's really helpful to have the bigger handle in the warmer water. So we're doing that full range.
That's right, so you don't rip your hands. We love Masterline. Thanks, Russell.
Thanks a lot, Nicola. Thanks. It's great to be a part of the U.S. Open.
Oh, Ryan is getting used to the site.
That's
getting used to the site.
I think this might be Ryan's first night jump. Has he been to England?
He was in England.
He
went over to England. Yep.
It's kind of hard when you've got people.
But this is tricky. This is a different light. We're used to stadium lights. This is a little duller light, which I think could be better, but it's still dark.
Dull because glare? Less glare?
Yeah. We're used to the stadium lights, which was like a whiter, brighter light.
Right.
And this is like a little softer light. So I don't know if it's. Freddie said it's better. He liked it better. But if we're used to bright white lights, this might be a little bit too different.
Ryan's going to go out there and just check it out on his first jump. I've seen him a lot of times just have a real good look at it on the first jump, and then come out and kick the next one.
Yeah.
So he's a real. I mean, he asks a lot of questions. He's a real smart jumper. He knows everyone's styles. He knows everything about it. He wants to always know.
Yeah.
He's a million questions. If his mom and dad are watching, and Grandma, what's up there in Olds, Alberta, on Dodd's farm. Bruce, we need someone to have a few beers with us after. Why don't you hop on that corporate jet of yours and fly down? Those farmers making all that money.
Well, if anyone's going to go far, it's going to be the next two guys, or Ryan and Jarrett, with this style of keeping on the water longer and loading the line at the right time. But 208 feet, that's a good jump out there with these conditions. A slight tailwind, a little bit of rollers. Freddie got all of that kick. Like, someone's going to have to get it all together to beat him. Right here, he's making his turn. He's creating that load right now, keeping that ski up. That was a good jump. That was a far jump.
I was watching him down on the 6, and he's keeping his speed up pretty good down there, and he's just running a light line up on the boat. If you watch him come through his turn, he was real quiet, real patient through the turn. He was picking the line up a lot later. I wonder if that is something that's going to get him that lift that he's looking for there.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's the key in this rolly water is when you have that load on that line, you can stay still, and when you stay still, you're going to go far.
Yeah, and that's where we get back to that load-based type thing. That was a 196 basically opener, but he's got one left.
One left, and that was an easy jump too. Made an easy turn, got all of his kick. It looks like he has a lot left, so I think this could be the guy to go 210.
I think he's going to have to come up on the boat a little bit more than that.
Yeah, I think he'll have to bring it down. Ryan was one of the really good junior jumpers, jumping at 5 foot, 5.5, going further than some of the guys that were jumping at the faster speeds and the higher rope or ramp heights. And he's made the transition in the last couple of years pretty smoothly. Hasn't he gone like 230?
Yeah, 231, I think, or something.
So, I mean, he's definitely got it in him to...
I think he still has the Masters record for the juniors. It was
junior.
87,
I mean, he's 21. I think he's only about 21 and skiing against his hero, Jarrett, to come out next, who's, he's well over 30, right?
He's really turned it up. The kid's, he is so into it. I mean, this kid is a student of jumping. I mean, he's a good three-event skier. I mean,
jumping and
runs 38. But,
and he cross-trains.
I got a good story for you. I'm good friends with his dad, Bruce Dodd.
Right.
And I used to go up and coach him in the summers. He built him a lake on his farm, irrigation for the cattle, as far as the government's concerned. And then his dad used to go for lunch and go and run some errands. And I go, Ryan, he was like, I don't know, 7, 8 years old. I go, let's go jumping. He goes, he's a real little guy. I wasn't sure. Well, each day I'd take him over the side. And then if his dad showed up one day and didn't know, he goes, what the heck's going on here? He's loved it. He loves it.
This looks better.
I don't know.
Ooh, that 208's holding up pretty good.
All right, hey, we just got another poll update, and Kyle is back in the lead with a pretty big jump ahead of him.
What time is it in New Zealand? What's going on down there?
I don't know, but they must love him because he's winning. We've got Danielle in second, followed by Ryan Dodd and Regina. But I want to see a jumper win this.
Okay.
Yeah, Kiwi deserves it, especially after the spill. So we're waiting. 194.
Nervous.
192, my bad.
I skied well. We'll see what happens.
Freddie, you've got to be, the stadium out there, that is a platform to be performing on right now. Look at it. It's absolutely glamorous out there. How are you feeling?
I feel good. That's kind of one of those tricky distances there for Jarrett. He's very capable of doing it, but he's going to have to chase it, and that gets tough out there in those conditions and in the dark. So going to sit back and see how it holds up, but I was pretty excited to pull that last one off.
Yeah, the wind seems to have kind of dropped a bit. As the time's gone on, the weather conditions have got better and better. The crowds also got bigger and bigger. The vibe out there on the dock, I can't imagine what you're feeling when you leave the dock.
I kind of was curious to see. You never know. The crowd might really get into it. They may just, be kind of laid back.
I don't think so. They're loving it.
They loved it. They got into it. I can hear them out there, and really, that's as fired up as I've been to go out in a long time, and it helped because I was nervous. I don't like jumping in the dark, and it felt great.
Is this your first tournament under the dark then?
No, I've had that's the first time I actually really jumped in the dark. I've had 3 or 4 tournaments, and I've had very little success. Just even a tough time making it to the finals, really. So I got worked up for this weekend, and the crowd got behind me, and it came together.
I mean, the crowd, if you look behind us, it really is growing and growing. That boat out there, that's pretty glam, the Kruger.
Yeah, Mastercraft came up with that concept. It was actually a prototype for 07, and that is our 07 approved towboat. And as soon as they knew they were doing this tournament in the dark, they said, hey, we got to trick this boat out, put the flames on it. It showed up at my house with a Nightmare name on it, and it's been the talk of the town for sure.
That is the sexiest boat out there.
Thank you. I love it.
Thanks, Freddie.
All right, now back on the water, we got Jarrett Llewellyn just left the dock, our last jumper of the night.
I was watching Jarrett down on the dock getting ready. I've known Jarrett since he's 5-6 years old. And when he's on the dock and he's real quiet and still and taking a long time to put his bindings on, he's really, really focused. I'm going to go with the first jump. It's going to be big.
Absolutely. I think the first jump, if he's going to win this tonight, it's going to be on his first jump.
He was taking a long time to get ready. He's trying to quiet that lake down.
There he is. He's making that turn. Lots of speed in his turn. He's got tons of speed. Oh!
Took a good look at it.
Yeah, he
was going for it on the first one.
He absolutely went for it. That's a good strategy. I think the first jump's the best of the 3.
He was just too early.
Yeah, I think
lots
so too.
Lots of speed.
I
just
think
too
that's
early.
one of the biggest problems out here is judging how late you are with the darkness. It's just too hard. And once you make that turn, you make that commitment to go to the ramp, it's too late. If you're early, you're early.
What do you think the change is? I mean, what kind of change would you make here?
Well, you can see on his countercut, he was out there. He was snow plowing, washing off some speed.
Yeah.
I think with that little bit of darkness, he thought that maybe he was going a little faster than he wanted coming into his turn. So maybe this time he might not wash off that speed, carry that, make that turn with the speed, and then he'll be in the place where he wants to be on the ramp.
So stay the same at the 6. Let him run. Just
let him run. Yeah, get up on the boat and run. Don't wash off that speed so soon.
And you can really see his skis staying down there. He's just too early.
Yeah, he was just too early, and then that's why he banked out. When you're too early, you just immediately let up a little bit just so you can stay and hit the middle of the ramp. He did that. The boat's of course stronger than you. Pulls your shoulder over, and that's why he banks out.
So what do we got? We got a 2:08 sitting there.
2:08. Freddie Kruger, first place. Yep. We have Ryan Fitz with the 199, and I believe Ryan Dodd has a 96, and then Kiwi has a.
Let's see if he lets him run. Yeah, he didn't scrub it. He didn't
scrub it. He kept it. I think he's in the same place. He's got a lot of speed.
Still too early.
Still a little too early. Still got some bank going. That was a lot better jump. I'm not sure if it was enough to take the lead.
I'll tell you what. He's got all the right stuff going on. He's got a good dig going in. He just needs to. I think he's got to bring it down.
I think so too. Now, since he's not washing out that speed, now's the time to come down just a little bit on the 6, run on the boat, don't snow plow, and do everything exactly the same into the bottom, and his kick will take care of himself.
And if somebody's not afraid to bring it down a little bit,
he'll bring it down. He knows how to win.
Here's my call in the next jump. He either wins it on the next jump or gets a good look over the tips.
Oh no, we don't want that.
For a beer.
For a beer?
Yeah.
Well, we'll make sure we buy him a good beer there.
199.
Well,
he's in second place with that.
199. Wow. So he's got a lot left. He has a lot left. He banked out with that, and
I think he's jumping really well right now. If he just brings it down, I think he's got it.
So I think
the thing is, how much does he bring it down? If he brings it down too much, I bet you he gets a good look over the tips.
Yeah, and we don't want that.
No,
that doesn't feel
not
good.
At night.
No, not at night.
So bring it down 5 feet. Let him run.
Let him run. Keep
sweep
that speed.
it. And just do exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
He's on that right ski really hard.
Yeah. And you can see with him, it's not really hardly moving at all. Yeah. Just between him and Ryan Dodd, the skis don't really shake that much, just because he has so much load on that right ski.
Hi to Mom and Dad Llewellyn, Chris and Don Llewellyn up there in Innisfail. I'm sure you guys are watching. I know Don didn't turn the computer on because he doesn't know how to use a computer.
All right, this is it. This is the last jump, last skier of the U.S. Open. So it's all up to Jarrett whether he wants to go home a champion or if he wants to settle for second place.
Oh, he's got a little speed out there. He's got a little speed.
He's keeping it.
That's later, boys.
It is later. He got a more aggressive turn. Oh, no.
Still too early.
Dick.
He's not a happy camper.
He's not very happy.
Well, the local boy does well.
He does. The local boy wins. I believe that's he won last year, the 2005, so he's won the 2006 again.
Yeah,
so.
Freddie got it all together. I mean, these are tricky conditions. It's night. You got a little tail. It's rolly water.
Yeah.
I mean, Freddie put it all together, and you said he didn't like to jump
And he
at
doesn't.
night.
Yeah, he doesn't like to jump at night.
And they proved us wrong too, because the two load-based guys,
That's
couldn't
right.
get it together.
Couldn't get it together.
So.
I think Jarrett and Ryan were definitely more consistent, but Freddie just had that one big jump, and jumping, that's all it takes, just one jump.
Just takes one jump behind that Mastercraft. That massive Inmar engine just, it sure take care of him today.
That's as it does. That boat's packing a lot of power, and it'll do its job. All the jumpers got to do is just cut and hang on.
Yeah, just cut and hang on, and I bet Freddie's thankful you got an event like this put on with the crowd. This amazing out here.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard Freddie during his interview, and he's saying he could hear the crowd, and that really feeds us. That feeds our adrenaline and makes us go even harder and harder. And it's incredible to be out there on the water, to turn around and see that crowd all looking at you. And then on top of that, they start screaming.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And it definitely would not have been possible without Disney's support and letting us come out here and getting these awesome Mastercraft boats out here.
Absolutely.
Inmar and hey, we've been saying all along how much good support we've been getting from Inmar and from Surf Expo and from GMC. And please, if you're watching this on the webcast TV, go and click on GMC and fill out the form and let them know how much you love it so that we can get more events like this. And buy some stuff from Masterline and from OJ Props and HO and Conley.
That's
getting
right.
A buy now button. That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Everything that you see these skiers wearing out here, their skis, helmets, ropes, slings, helmet, you can buy it. You can buy it right there. So you just click that buy button, cruise through these sites, and find some skis.
And even. They've got a lot of new stuff out, and I've been seeing it at Surf Expo all weekend, and I'm so happy that they're supporting this event they've got so many different sports going on, and it's just awesome out here to get sponsors who want to pay attention. And
we have to send a shout out to Chris Sullivan.
Oh my God.
He is a pro skier. He still skis some pro events. He's a slalom skier, but he's been kind of the backbone putting all this stuff together. I remember talking to him last year. He had a dream about it. He's like, it needs to be at night. It needs to be at night. We need to showcase it.
Well, he's my hero now.
Yeah, and he put on one heck of an event.
Yeah, this is the best skiing event that I've ever been to.
Absolutely. It looks good at night. Chris Sullivan's been out here in this lake all week long, swimming, putting in buoys, moving anchors, getting everything set up for us skiers to come out here and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, and
well, there's Chris Sullivan right now.
Where is he?
Giving out the awards.
Aw.
So.
Time to receive our new belts. Congratulations to you, your title belt for the U.S. Open.
We're going to give it over to Sal.
All right, well, they're doing the awards right now, so we're going to pass the attention over to the girls overall and to Sully passing out those awards. Congratulations, everyone, and thanks to Webcast TV.
I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. This is a really special win for me. First win back since reconstructive knee surgery last year, and I just want to thank Mastercraft and Inmar and Disney for putting on the tournament, giving me the chance to come out here and do this, and like to thank my own sponsors for standing behind me this last year. It's been a tough one. Ski Nautique, O'Neill Wetsuits, and Costa Del Mar Sunglasses. You guys are the best. Thank you!
All right, next up, men's overall. In second place from Canada, just getting off the water from jumping, Jarrett Llewellyn. Jarrett, come on down. And in first place, Jimmy Seamers, who took a crash for us last night, risking it out there on the water. Looking a little bit slower today than he was yesterday. All right. Jimmy, the title belt for the U.S. Open this year. Your overall title. Congratulations.
Yeah, you wrap it up. Make sure you're taking the right mic.
Chris, this has been an absolutely incredible event. Mastercraft has done a phenomenal job.
Look at the bell.
Disney as well, and the collaboration you guys had to get this tournament going has been really, really wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. All right, I would now like to invite up Mr. John Bailing, our Director of Marketing at Mastercraft. John will be presenting the Shortboard Awards.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Let's give a big round of applause. I'm sorry I'm losing my voice, but it's been a long day. For the winners and second place. I don't have it. Okay. Yeah. In third place, Whitney McClintock. Coming through, coming through. In third place, sorry, second place, sorry. Maria Linares. And in first place, Mandy Nightingale.
For coming out. This was such a great event. So much fun to ski at night and everything. Thank you guys for coming out. Thanks to all the sponsors, to Sully for helping put on this tournament, and hopefully we'll be back next year. Thank you guys.
All right, and now we're going to do men's shortboard. In third place, Corey Picos. In second place, Russell Gay. And in first place, Jared Llewellyn.
Thanks. Thanks to Disney and everybody coming out. Thanks for supporting us. Mastercraft, you did a great job this year, and we're looking forward to coming back next year. Guys, tricked great, and we've been all over the world, and it was great to come back and have the biggest crowd here this year. Thanks.
Let's hear it for all these athletes.
All right, next to do the Slalom Awards, Mastercraft's president, Mr. John Dorton.
Hey, thanks, Chris. Oh, man, give yourselves a big hand. What an exciting crowd tonight. I tell you what, it's great to bring water skiing to a place like this, enjoy all these fine Disney properties out here, and watch some of the top athletes in the world. We're just tickled to be a part of this. We hope to come back next year. We hope you guys want us back next year. Also want to say hi to the industry. Some of the industry leaders from all over the world, surf, skate, wake, ski, they're all here for a big trade show, and they've come out to see the festivities tonight too. So now we're going to give away one of my first personal favorite events. It's the Slalom Awards. In the women category, out there battling out through actually some pretty good conditions, but a little more challenging. They ski on things that are just buttery smooth all the time. But over the last several years, competing throughout the world, they've had to adjust to conditions, and I think they did a heck of a job. Ronnie Bischoff finishes third place with 1 at 38. Ronnie, come on up. Congratulations. Team Mastercraft skier Karen Trulove comes in second, 1.5 at 38 off. And also a Mastercraft skier, Regina Jacquez. Regina comes in at 1 3/4 at 38 off. And we have for her the WWF belt. If you think wrestling's tough, you gotta get out here and ski. I don't think that's your size. Regina, congratulations.
Thank you. I just want to thank the crowd. Thank you for coming out. We can't do it without you. You guys, thank you so much for coming out. And thanks for Mastercraft and everyone that put this sport on in this event tonight. Thank you.
How about a big hand for these ladies? They are true athletes in every sense of the word. Fantastic. Thanks for performing for us tonight. Now we got the men's slalom. Tough field. All this was a combination of several days of rounds, qualifying rounds, held down at the water ski headquarters down in just outside of or down in Polk County. We ended up with a second place tie in men's slalom. Jamie Pouchain and Will Asher both tied at 3 at 39. Those are great scores. These guys are normally in bed by now. Come on, have it. Both stand right there. They get real cozy over there on the number 2 stand. Fantastic job, guys. And an extremely small, not very strong competitor that kind of has actually done a fantastic job over the last several years. He's a world record holder. Chris Parrish, 1 3/4 at 41 off. Chris, good job. All right, thank you, man. Chris knows his way around the slalom course. Chris, what do you think about the conditions tonight?
Oh, it was a blast, and I just want to thank you guys, Mastercraft, and all the sponsors here, and this was just great. All the spectators that came out, I want to thank Sully for doing this, and it was just so cool to come out here and ski at night and in front of the big crowd. And I want to thank my personal sponsors, HO Sports, Malibu Boats, and Underground Products. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks, Chris. Tremendous competitors, all these guys. Oh, where's the belt? Here we go. Now, here's a guy that can wear a belt like this. He's got a monster truck and now a belt to match. All right. Fantastic job, guys. Okay, now. Boy, I tell you what, if slalom's not tough enough and shortboard's not tough enough, try hurling yourself off of this ramp at nighttime at 35 miles an hour. I tell you what, you know what kind of person you are pretty quick when that happens. These are some extremely tough athletes, tough competitors. And I tell you what, it's not just a sport for the men. The women are extremely effective at it, train really hard. Out of Louisiana, in 3rd place, with 130 feet, Danielle Bennett. Danielle's at Bennett Ski School. Grew up in a water skiing family. As a matter of fact, a lot of these skiers have come from there. In 2nd place, from Central Florida, Joy Todd comes in at 136 feet. Congratulations, Joy. Also from a water skiing family. And Regina Jacobs again, 144 feet. She's sweeping it up today. Regina, you may be getting a little tired of climbing up that step.
Oh no, I really enjoy it. Thanks again. It's been such a great night. I couldn't ask for anything better. So thanks again for coming out. Thanks, Mastercraft.
Thank you. You know what? These are young women who are just great athletes, great role models. Any of you young girls that are out there, you ought to think about getting into water skiing. It's a great sport. It's a wholesome sport, a great family sport. So thanks, everybody, for a great performance. All right. Big hand once again for our women. All right, now we're about to bring the men up. You just saw them just finished, just coming off the water. Their hair's probably still a little wet. Giving it all they could at 35 miles an hour. In third place, Ryan Fitz at 199 feet. Fitzy, you've got to want to go 199 feet. That's a long way. It's a long way in these conditions. He was just edged out by Jarrett Llewellyn, also at 199 feet and change. Jarrett, nice job. These guys were laying it all out there on the line for you. Any little bobble in the ramp and this kind of darkness is just on the wakes right before the ramp is absolutely going to shake your confidence. These guys blasted right through it and threw up a big number. But one guy threw up an even bigger number. Freddie the Nightmare Krueger, 208 feet. Freddie, here's a belt finally your size, man. That is big belt for a big jumper. How'd you enjoy tonight?
Oh, it was unreal. And, there's a lot of people to thank, Mastercraft and OJ, GM, all the guys that have been out here, putting the courses in all week. And, we're going to get up here and go to that tent in a little bit, have a few beers, and these guys are still going to be out here working. And I want to thank the crowd. I don't think you guys realize what you do for us. I'm standing on the dock. Fitzy's throwing a 99 out there. And, the nerves start going. And when you guys get behind him and then get behind, guys like me and Jarrett, it fires us up and puts us out over the edge. So thanks. And to everybody in that VIP area that's had a tough week, enjoy it. Thanks for coming.
Thanks a lot, guys. Man, they really threw it together. Hey, I want to give a very, very special appreciation over appreciation for Chris Sullivan and Arn Cloud that really helped pull this thing together. These guys are amazing. They have rewritten a new book in competitive water skiing. Also, Sammy Duvall and the folks at Disney World, the folks at U.S. Water Ski Association. It's been a fantastic effort to get this sport back out in front of a huge crowd. Give yourselves a great big hand because you guys were wonderful tonight. Here's Chris Sullivan to wrap it up.
Hey, thanks to everybody. It's been really awesome. We have one more award to give away with our poll for the Disney Cruise Line. Actually, running away with it quite a bit, Kyle Ead, you will be taking your bride on a 3-day cruise to the Bahamas. Compliments of Disney Cruise Line and Castaway Cay. All right, let's congratulate all our champions. We appreciate all of you for coming out, and please turn your attention to the night sky.
Are you ready? Tara, did you hear that? Kylie, the winner of the cruise, I don't think it could have gone to anybody better.
Oh, he deserved it. He definitely deserved it, especially after that crash.
I think he'll be needing a bit of rest and relaxation. Completely fantastic. Can't think of any more words. Glamorous event.
Oh yeah, what an event. And we got to thank our sponsors, Mastercraft, Inmar, Surf Expo, OJ Props, GMC, Disney Cruise Lines, Kyle Ead, and oh man, you got Conley, HO, Masterline, all those guys. Go to the website, show them how much you are thankful that they put on this event. It was just amazing. So good night, and keep clicking those buttons, buy it now, and hope for some more events like this. Good night, and oh, Webcast TV, how much did you guys love it? Tune back in for more live events. They did an awesome job tonight.
I think that'd be a good night, and God bless from Tara and I. Thank you.
There's no other that can treat me like my lover, who makes me feel so right. His love is so tender, it makes me surrender when he's squeezing